government walked out of Parliament.
There you go.
Could not countenance the reappointment, and we were very clear. I think people don't understand because people thought that we should have gotten up to removing the monarchy, but we still want to retain a parliamentary system with certain traditions and features. And we are not going to break those things, even though this government has not honored them. We are not
because
going to
that's what
follow
I was
suit.
just about to ask you, if this government showed that kind of respect to the parliament.
No, they don't. But that's no reason for us not to. And I mean, last year the government is the first time a government walked out of Parliament.
There you go.
Yes, but we are not going to follow suit. Listen, we are Norman Manley's party, and there are certain principles that we abide by, and we are not going to allow any class behavior on the part of the government to make us think in that same way. So our statement was very clear. We are not in support of the return of either ladies as speaker, but the institution of Parliament will be preserved. And on that basis, we did go and shake the speaker's hand because you can't change the fact that she's a speaker.
Right, I understand that.
Right, and we wanted to preserve that tradition. So,
all right, Sir Paulwell, we saw former Prime Minister, Most Honorable Bruce Golding, started a thing where members of the
to be revealed.
Well, you were Minister of Energy for quite some time. You were at the negotiating table for the last JPS deal. We are up on that now. That is to be done by when? 2027?
Well, that's not my position. My position is that the current license that the JPS operates under has been modified from time to time.
Yes.
When I became minister first in 1997, and we had a cable and wireless license that was going to run until 2038, I couldn't sit down and wait for the time to run off. We had to change the license because it was not the best thing for the country. So I don't buy the argument that we need to wait until 2027. In fact, when I passed the law in 2015, and it was the first time we were having an electricity act since the 18th century, I said that after 5 years, we would review that law. My intention was for the JPS license to have been completely be overhauled by that time. So I wasn't going to wait until 2027. If we had won the elections September 3, we would have immediately called in JPS to negotiate a brand new license because so much would have happened since that last time. So little has happened under this government that we do need to expedite in a vigorous way some of the reforms that are necessary to bring the price of electricity down. So my aim was to immediately call in JPS. I had already indicated to the country some of the terms of a new license and that we are determined to bring in greater competition at this stage. We are determined to bring in more renewables. We're determined to bring the price of electricity down to below 20 cents. The government hasn't a clue, so they are going to wait until 2027.
So you are saying that with all the talk that Darrell talked, he could have called in JPS long time ago and do some negotiation with the license?
It's just bare talk. They could, listen, in 2016, actually towards the end of 2015, I called them in because when I looked at the price we were paying for street lights, I said to them, we have to change out these bulbs and bring in more energy efficient bulbs.
Yeah.
When I saw that we needed to bring on board some additional capacity because if we did, we would start to have power cuts. I called them in and we amended the license. So you can amend the license, you can change the license anytime once there is political will to do so. And I'm saying to this government that there's no such will. It was really political maneuvering and showmanship that we were witnessing prior to the election when Mr. Vaz indicated that the license will be changed in 2027. The license needs to be changed now.
We don't have to wait till 2027.
You don't have to wait until 2027.
Tell me something, Philip. When the PNP came in power in 2012, we were paying about what? About 33 cents per kilowatt hour. You brought
we were paying 33 US cents per kilowatt hour.
How much?
By the time we left there, we had shaved off about 10 cents to about 23 cents off it. Today we are back up to 40 cents.
No, but how did you do that? Because what they are selling to the country is that they can't do nothing. It is all in the license, which you just cleared up that you can call in JPS and renegotiate the license anytime. But you brought down the per kilowatt hour to 23 cents from about 33 cents when the PNP got in power 2012. How did you do that? What are some of the things that you did?
A number of things. Firstly, when I became minister again in 2012, I went to the OUR and I said to them, I need to go and get 115 megawatts of renewables immediately. JPS was opposed to it. They were saying to me that if you brought in more than 5% renewables to the system, you're going to crash the system and we're going to have frequent power cuts and shutdown of the network because it will cause instability. I said, over my dead body, we are going to do it. And it was done. So we brought on board the expansion at Wixton. We brought in the largest solar plant, 20 megawatts in Content, Clarendon. And we also established the wind farm, another wind farm in Malvern, St. Elizabeth. We also did the transformation from heavy fuel oil and diesel to LNG. So a number of those things. Plus, we were pressuring the company to become more efficient. And those things assisted in bringing the price of electricity down. Since that time, we have seen the level of electricity theft increasing, and that has added greater burden in terms of the price. We have seen not one single new renewable project came on board during this time, even though they had promised 200 megawatts. Right. So it's because of their slouchiness, it's because of their inefficiency and mismanagement.
What about incompetence?
Why the price has gone up to where it is at now. And I believe it is going to go further, higher.
What about incompetence? Is that a part of it?
I mentioned that inefficiency, incompetence.
Now, Sir Paul, well, if they wait until 2027 to go back to JPS, we see Standard & Poor's and Finch, they are saying that they have upgraded Jamaica's economic situation. However, they are saying that Jamaica is the only country that is at BB and we are not growing. Electricity is a major part of what will assist growth in Jamaica. What you see in the forecast if we wait until 2027?
Well, the government has promised this 5 in 4. That failed, and it failed largely because the price of electricity is so high. There's no way you're going to be attracting new businesses. For example, they have failed in the growth in the free zone, the exclusive economic zone, because people are not going to come and invest where the price of electricity is 40 cents. Our aim was to liberalize that segment, for example, to allow people to come in and generate their own electricity at a fraction of the price.
Yes.
And the government has not signaled where they're going to go with that. You are correct. The electricity price is going to affect our ability to grow or not. And this government has failed in its 2 terms to date. And I dare say they don't have the political will nor the understanding as to how to get us to the price where I believe will be far more sustainable between 15 and 18 US cents per kilowatt hour. Our plan was quite clear. I had sold it to the private sector just before the election, and it's just a pity that we are not there to implement it.
Darrell said that he would keep you Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners. Sorry. Nor sitteth in the ways of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. The ungodly, nah, they are not so. And if you talk about the ungodly, I encourage you to read Psalms 37. And it tells you that they might look like they're flourishing, but they're not flourishing. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for yet another Saturday morning. Please share up the channel, share it up, call some people, because there are a lot of things that we've been saying right here. And people say that we are bad news whore. And they try to tarnish our reputation by saying that we are just talking because we are members of the People's National Party. But the fowls are coming home to roost. The fowls are coming home to roost. And this morning, it's a big morning. This morning we're going to have Ralston Hyman. We're going to have Senator Lambert Brown. And we're going to have them on together. Hey, tell her. Because there was a meeting at the conference center in Kingston yesterday. And the meeting was about the government saying to the civil servants, we cannot give you any more than the 2% we have offered. Can't give you no more. Now, Jamaicans, we were told many times, many times, that the Jamaican economy is in good shape. And I made it my point of duty to bring on Ralston Hyman from time to time. And we also extend invitation to anyone who would be able to challenge the arguments of Ralston Hyman. We say, come challenge the arguments that Ralston is putting forward. Come challenge the arguments that Colin Bell is putting forward. Because when we come here, we come with one intention: to speak the truth and only the truth, so help us God. But some people, because the truth don't serve their purpose, they try to come against us. But my new thing is that the truth is consistent. The truth is easy to remember. That's what we say. But we also understand that there are lies and many, or maybe we should say much, liars. What's the difference between many and much? Many you can count. Much you can't count. That's the difference between many and much. So maybe we need to start saying there are much liars, because we can't count them. I want to first this morning, if you have not heard it yet, play what the news said that happened yesterday. Go and play the whole clip. Listen to this.
Finance Minister Favour Williams met with the island's trade unions today to discuss headwinds facing the government in the ongoing wage negotiations with public sector employees. The high-level meeting, which was held at the Jamaica Conference Center in downtown Kingston, was addressed by economist Dr. Adrian Stokes and Fiscal Commissioner Courtney Williams. More in this report from Hal Shane Burke.
The meeting comes on the heels of a controversial recommendation by the Independent Fiscal Commission for the government to consider reintroducing a ceiling on wages and salaries following its latest assessment of the Dr. Andrew Holness administration's fiscal performance. At the meeting, the finance minister and her technocrats sought to clarify the need to anchor public sector wage negotiations within a clear, timely framework to improve budget predictability and fiscal sustainability. The Fiscal Commissioner emphasized the importance of establishing a fixed compensation negotiation cycle, recommending that wage settlements be finalized at least 6 months before the annual budget call, ideally by end of January, to inform the government's budget planning. This cycle, he said, would allow unions to submit claims within 2 months of the compensation call, enabling negotiations to start by April 1 and conclude promptly. IFC highlighted that negotiations currently lag by at least 15 months, creating uncertainty about the wage bill, the largest single budget item. Minister Williams and the IFC stressed that timely settlements protect workers' purchasing power and help the government manage fiscal risks better. The minister argued that the lack of a fixed cycle poses a risk of delayed settlements, overlapping with budget submissions and complicating fiscal planning. At the meeting, the IFC raised the prospect of reintroducing a wage to GDP ratio as a fiscal anchor to maintain sustainable wage growth aligned with economic performance. Data submitted today showed that over the last decade, wages have grown by 180%, while GDP grew by only 97%, indicating wages have outpaced economic growth. The IFC recommended that the government and unions consider a strategic multi-year wage framework similar to Jamaica's debt reduction strategy, which met targets 2 years ahead of schedule. This approach aims to balance fair compensation with fiscal responsibility without setting a fixed percentage immediately. Hal Shane Burke, Radio Jamaica News.
And during today's meeting, the government indicated that it will not be able to offer more than the 2% submitted to the workers. The panelists agreed that public sector wage growth must be matched by efforts to grow the GDP, which currently expands around 1 to 2%, insufficient in keeping pace with wage increases. Dr. Stokes and Minister Williams emphasized that Jamaica must avoid external fiscal constraints like IMF-imposed limits by negotiating internally sustainable wage and fiscal policies. Minister Williams called for a credible wage strategy, balancing fair compensation with fiscal discipline, adding that this is essential to maintain fiscal space to fund social programs and infrastructure. She argued that inflation has declined significantly to a range of 4 to 6%, and the exchange rate remains stable with a depreciation rate around 2% annually, signaling macroeconomic stability. But despite macro strengths, it was revealed that the wage bill now consumes about 50%, that's 50 cents of every dollar, up from 37 cents in 2019, while tax revenue growth has slowed to 6.8% year over year amid weakening economic activity. Meanwhile, the University and Allied Workers Union, UAWU, declined the invitation to attend today's meeting with the finance minister. In an interview with Radio Jamaica News, UAWU President Lambert Brown accused the government of painting a false picture on the state of the economy during the run-up to the general election. He said the administration must now find the funds to pay the public sector employees a decent salary increase in the wage talks.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service should have started negotiation with the unions from last year, November, when the union submitted our claims. In March of this year, the minister said that there will be no cap on wages. Now, after the election has been run, we have been told that there must be restraint, and those who, when the workers were making the sacrifice in the country's interest and holding strain. They promised us that when the debt to GDP was reduced, that the workers would be treated fairly. The only set of people who have been treated well have been the politicians who gave themselves 300% salary increase. Now the workers, the firemen, the correctional officers, the police, the teachers, the civil service, all those workers in the public sector, now that those workers want an increase, they have been told to hold strain.
UAW President Lambert Brown. A post-mortem.
Yes, yes, yes. You have heard it. You have heard it. The Minister of Finance told the unions, can't give you no more money. There's another thing in the news, because this program, we look at everything, you know. And we look at, somebody said them a suck salt. We're going to suck salt through wooden spoon. Nadia? Nadia? Who's sorry for the teachers, them? Not me. We're not going to suck salt through wooden spoon. The other thing is that the Fiscal Commission come again. And I tell you something. Write this down. They are going to stop the Fiscal Commission from giving these reports. The Fiscal Commission about 2 weeks ago gave a report that the government failed to spend 50% of the capital budget. So the amount in the first quarter of 2025. So the amount of money that the government had budget to spend on infrastructure, the capital budget to fix your road, to fix your drain, your school, your hospital, provide vehicle for the fire service, them kind of thing there. They had budgeted $41.5 billion. The government did not spend $20 billion of that money. The Fiscal Commission came this week and they said to the nation that $50 billion is $50 billion is sitting in the agencies that should have been spent that have not been spent. So 50 and 20 is $70 billion. Those of you who are ardent listeners to this program, I don't know if you remember the morning Ralston and I was on, and who came calling Marlon Morgan. And we asked Marlon the question, have the government been able to spend their capital budget for the last 5 years? And Ralston answered for him saying, no, they have not been able to do so. They have been blaming the procurement procedures. Now, this government has been in power for 9 going 10 years. The procurement procedures have been there since Wapikil Phillip, before them. And they've sat with it for 9 years. I've not done anything to fix it. But they are complaining that it is the reason why they have not been able to spend the capital budget. Rubbish. Tell them. Garbage. So, we're going to talk about all that this morning. But I have one more clip that I want to play all night for you, because when Lammy and Ralston are on, I don't think I'm going to be able to play all of it. The head of the Civil Servant Union was on Beyond the Headlines yesterday evening with Deanne Jackson Miller. And just make sure. Right. She had this to say. This is what she had to say.
To enable proper planning and so on. But given the concerns you both have, even though that's desirable, is it practical? Let me ask you first, Mrs. Clark-Griffiths.
It is practical if the government is willing to work on their side. Because if beyond we have submitted our claim, we were given a deadline of November 2024 to submit our claim. And we sat painstakingly as the unions, come together, put our claims together for you to tell us 6 months later that we're getting zero. It does not make sense. We have to be intentional about what is it that negotiation and collective bargaining means to us. And secondly, we have to hear what is exactly the strategy that the government will implement to grow the economy. I need to identify exactly what is being done to grow the economy and where the public sector can help to do that. But I believe that the timeline, if we, and there are not a lot of persons that the Ministry of Finance that we sit with to have these discussions. Usually the teams there are limited and we have a number of bargaining in groups, right? So we have to change the strategy that we're using. And if it is that we decide to change the strategy, then we need to see how we can, work with the various groups and unions and those things that are common among all, that we sit together as groups and identify. That's a wage increase, for example. Everybody should be able to have that discussion. And where we have individual unions with unique wage benefits and so on, then we meet outside of that. But there are things that we can negotiate together, and there are things that are unique to our individual unions that we can negotiate outside of the cycle. But I believe that if we are intentional about changing the budget and to make sure that when it comes to April 1, we have settled on at least the wage component, I think that can work, and we can always continue discussions on other items that are not as significant as the wage bill, which is something that the government speaks about. Another thing that concerns me, Dion, is that they're talking about the wage bill, but they're not leading by example either. Because if you look at the current structure of government and what has happened in the last election and so on, it is not reflective of consideration of the wage bill. And so that too for us is also a concern of the union. Right?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that there are ministers and junior ministers and all those numbers amounted for almost 700,000. 700 million.
The size of the cabinet and the number of junior ministers together.
Correct.
Okay.
And the junior minister, I'm saying that if it is that we're intentional, looking at the wage bill, for example, we also need to look at the structure of government as well, and of the ministers and so on. So at the end of the day, we have to not only think about the ministries, departments, and agencies, but all the components that makes up the wage bill. And so we are looking as to how we deal with negotiations, from how we interact as trade unions, and how we collectively agree on items of claim that are identical in all the unions. And so we move on those and see how best we can restructure the negotiations so that we are not where we are. Another last thing, there's a public sector monitoring committee that was established years ago to have these types of discussions that we would have had.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Portland Spice TV. Want to big up all the people in the chat room. Hey, Kaylee, Nadi, Martha, Nicola Green, morning. Marie, Marcia, welcome. Antonio, Whitaker. I want to say everybody balling for more. Yes, we see them balling. Balling for more. Call up some people, share up the channel, everybody. TikTok, Shaka Fame at TikTok. Good morning, Tono. Yes, Dr. Tufton say PNP must shut up and go be opposition. I have a question for Dr. Tufton. Dr. Christopher Tufton, Minister of Education. Did you instruct the ministry to give your sweetheart contracts valued at over $80 million? We want to hear from you, Dr. Tufton. Emily Shields asked Dr. Tufton yesterday that Janet called off jump. Dr. Alfred Dawes is saying that Tufton should resign. Hear what Christopher Tufton said.
The executive director of Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal saying in light of the Integrity Commission report you should consider stepping aside or you being removed from the cabinet. Did you hear?
Yeah, well, I saw a clip. I think it was on an All Angles program.
Yes.
I don't have any comment except to say that the decisions around cabinet appointment lies with one person, and we are all entitled to our opinion. I note that people are attempting to try a matter that has already been concluded on, and the results are there. My focus right now is to move on to working with the portfolio and to continue to do the work that is being done on behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica. That's all I'll say for now.
I'm up on time as well. All the best to you, Dr. Tufton, Health and Wellness Minister. Thank you, Doctors Goldburn and...
Yes, sir. You hear the man say? Man say, "Ma carry on with the business of health." He's carrying on. What a world! I'm going to try and get Ralston and Lammy. Make a play back the minister. Make I go back to yesterday meeting.
Williams met with the island's trade unions today to discuss headwinds facing the government in the ongoing wage negotiations with public sector employees. The high-level meeting, which was held at the Jamaica Conference Center in downtown Kingston, was addressed by economist Dr. Adrian Stokes and Fiscal Commissioner Courtney Williams. More in this report from Hal Shane Burke.
The meeting comes on the heels of a controversial recommendation by the Independent Fiscal Commission for the government to consider reintroducing a ceiling on wages and salaries following its latest assessment of the Dr. Andrew Holness administration's fiscal performance. At the meeting, the finance minister and her technocrats sought to clarify the need to anchor public sector wage negotiations within a clear, timely framework to improve budget predictability and fiscal sustainability. The Fiscal Commissioner emphasized the importance of establishing a fixed compensation negotiation cycle, recommending that wage settlements be finalized at least 6 months before the annual budget call, ideally by end of January, to inform the government's budget planning. This cycle, he said, would allow unions to submit claims within 2 months of the compensation call, enabling negotiations to start by April 1 and conclude promptly. IFC highlighted that negotiations currently lag by at least 15 months, creating uncertainty about the wage bill, the largest single budget item. Minister Williams and the IFC stressed that timely settlements protect workers' purchasing power and help the government manage fiscal risks better. The minister argued that the lack of a fixed cycle poses a risk of delayed settlements, overlapping with budget submissions and complicating fiscal planning. At the meeting, the IFC raised the prospect of reintroducing a wage to GDP ratio as a fiscal anchor to maintain sustainable wage growth aligned with economic performance. Data submitted today showed that over the last decade, wages have grown by 180%, while GDP grew by only 97%, indicating wages have outpaced economic growth. The IFC recommended that the government and unions consider a strategic multi-year wage framework similar to Jamaica's debt reduction strategy, which met targets 2 years ahead of schedule. This approach aims to balance fair compensation with fiscal responsibility without setting a fixed percentage immediately. Hal Shane Burke, Radio Jamaica News.
Pause right there, sir. Pause right there. So, Raleigh, morning. Raleigh. We're not hearing Ralston. Ralston, morning. I don't know why we're not hearing Ralston. Raleigh, you hearing me? Hold on there. Why we're not hearing this? All right, hold on. Let her reconnect you to the studio. Hold on. Let me reconnect Raleigh to the studio. I don't know why We're not getting him there, so. But that's hot like fire. All right, Raleigh, you hearing me now? Hold on. Raleigh? All right, may I hear you though? Go ahead now.
Yeah, man, what was the question?
All right, I just want to know so we have you. So we're hearing you live. Yeah, man. All right. So you heard that clip a while ago we played from RGR News Rally. The minister and our technocrats told public sector workers yesterday that they can't give them more than 2%. Why?
Well, that was not our technocrats. That was Courtney Williams, the fiscal commissioner, and Adrian Stokes, one of the men who has been consistently telling the country that the economy was on the right track.
Oh?
So that's very important. So, yeah, man, Adrian Stokes was all telling the country that the economy is on the right track. So it's kind of surprising.
So, how now, after they told us that the economy was doing so good, we in this position? Raleigh? Hold on, Raleigh, hold on. Hold on. Look like, go ahead now. Raleigh? Look like I have a bad lead. Raleigh? Hold on, Raleigh. Look like I have a bad connection here. Let me just change this connection. Raleigh? Ralston?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we sound better now. Yeah, so you're saying those are not the technocrats?
No, those are not the Ministry of Finance's technocrats. One was the fiscal commissioner, and the other one was Adrian Stokes, one of the economics analysts who were always telling the country that we're on the right track.
Yeah. And now they are saying to public sector workers, 2% is the most we can do. But why is the government in... Huh?
Yeah, that's what they're telling the public sector workers now.
So why is the government in this position?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the economy is not growing. He himself gave it the figures. The wage bill grew by 100%, while GDP grew by 97% over the last 10 years. Nominal GDP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they also say to the people that wages have grown, what, 180%?
187%.
And the GDP only grow by what, 90%?
90%. Nominal GDP.
Explain that.
Nominal GDP is GDP before adjustment for inflation.
Right. And that only grew by 90%.
Yeah, while the 97, while the wage bill grew by 180%.
Whose fault? Why it not grow?
Well, it must be the government. The government is running the economy. Yeah.
And now they are asking civil servants to pay?
Yeah, but Adrian and all those people, when Nigel Clark was busting the budget in the most unequal way, those people never said anything.
And therefore...
Because it's the busting of the budget by Nigel Clark in the most unequal way that caused the big jump in wages, you know. And most of that money went to the politicians rather than the workers. And Adrian and those people never said anything at that time. They were still cheering on and saying that we're going in the right direction.
But here we are now, Ralston, with even the head of the civil servant union is saying that they are not going to take that 2%. And the government need to show them how they are going to grow the economy.
And that is correct. You can't go to the workers and tell them take 2% after you take almost 30%. Yep, and you have to develop a growth strategy. Not only the workers are asking for that, Standard & Poor's are asking for that, and the World Bank asking for that too.
They also say that the government asked them from November to submit their wage bill, their wage proposal. And now the government is waiting until almost November again to say to them that you can't get what you want. Is that the correct way of negotiation?
No.
What we were expecting to join by Lambert Brown. We've been calling him. Told me that you'd be on the road just like yourself. We know you're on the road. But we're not getting Lambert because Lambert didn't go to the meeting yesterday. Because Lambert said What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I have to agree with him because what I said, they have been consistently telling the people how great the economy is doing. All the technicians going on the bank of Jamaica, Wayne Henry, Adrian Stokes, all those people. So we were always telling the people that's not true, and they were saying that we were bad-minded. Now it comes as a shocker to the people to hear that this is the position that we are in. But we were always telling them that. Yep.
And it's not that you were just bad-minded, you were a bad news whore.
Precisely. Yeah, man. So all of the Damian Kings and the Adrian Stokeses and the Richard Bileses and the Wayne Henrys, they were telling the people that everything was on the right track.
Yes.
And that we were bad news whores and all of those things. Now S&P and the World Bank and the same people come back and say, no, we're on the wrong track. They don't have any credibility.
The head of the civil servant union also say that the government is not setting any example with the size cabinet that they have named.
Of course, correct. Of course, because you can't name such a big cabinet, yep, and then come and tell the workers that you don't have any money. We said that from day one, that's a bad example. Yep.
So where do we go from here, Raleigh? Where do we go?
Where do we go from here? What happens is that two things, the unions can't go back and tell their workers that they're going to be demotivated. So the workers are going to give the instructions to the unions to stick out, and then the government will have to find a way. And what is going to happen again is that the capital budget, which they are already underspending, and the Prime Minister is accusing the contractors. They will cut it again and we don't get the growth.
It's
going to be a vicious down cycle.
I don't even want you to go there so yet, Raleigh. Because one of the things when me want to ask you now is that how can you pay $32,000 a week for minimum wage, but you can't give civil servant more than 2%? How is that going to work?
No, remember, saying that the government will pay the minimum wage. You know, them announce it to the people them who are run them business and pay it. None of the government will pay it.
So, but teachers and nurses and police, doctors and other civil servants do hire people to work in their household.
We told you from day one that it wouldn't be working. It can't work because those people are not going to be able to pay it. So all of those helpers, the 110,000 helpers that we have, most of them are going to be laid off.
So it's 110,000 household helpers we have in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And but at the next budget, the government said that they are going to increase minimum wage by what? $2,000 or $2,500? $2,500. Can these people that employ that 110 household worker, can they afford that?
Can't afford it, and most of the business people in the private sector so they can't afford it either. So the government have to come sit down with them and discuss it.
Did the government trick the Jamaican people in the election campaign?
Yeah, man, and they bought it hook, line, and sinker. But all of the private sector leaders them say the government can't do that. They have to come talk to them. Yeah.
Hello. But the big thing about it, Ralston, is that the man them win the election. Them not care now.
Well, the people already get tricked, so they have to live with it. But what will happen is a whole works of industrial relations problem and no growth. Yep, and it will create other social problems. It will turn us more than a police state, and all it will break loose.
Let's go to the capital budget, Ralston. It is not just 20 billion. The last time we spoke about the 20 billion that the fiscal commissioner spoke about. Now they come back this week and they talk about another $50 billion that ministries...
Yeah, that was last year.
Right.
The select group of public sector entities never spent 50 billion of their capital budget last year. Central government never spent 20 billion last year. And for the first 4 months of this year, them underspent by 20 billion.
Now, that money is money we're supposed to deal with infrastructure that is deteriorating rapidly. What effect that is having on the economy?
Well, the fiscal commissioner don't tell you already. If you don't spend a capital budget, you can't grow. Bring it down to a household. If you don't fix up your house and live in a comfortable situation, you can work harder and become more productive.
So if you don't have a good bed for sleep and you can't rest at night time.
Right. Good bathroom for bathing. So if you bring it to the country now, the road them mash up every time rain come, the place flood out. You can't get for produce the bridge, then pop down. People can't get for move from point A to point B. The hospital services run down. You don't have enough beds, you don't have enough this, you don't have enough that. All those things are the underspending of the capital budget. As the contractors, them tell you, Mr. Mullins tell you, say, anyway, going to the road, dig up, and it can't fix, because them not get a pay.
So from Nigel was here, his reason for not spending the capital budget was that procurement guidelines are a problem. Now we hear the Prime Minister blaming the contractor. Speak to us about that.
Right. Yes, and the Prime Minister said is the contractors the way the time when them take for the projects and how them execute projects. But the president of the Master Builders Association said the Prime Minister tried foolishness. It has to do with the procurement process and the government not paying them. Those are the two problems.
Ralston, does the government really have the cash that they are talking about? All this money?
No, because as Mr. Mullins said, there are significant arrears in the system to the contractors.
So
the man them say a contract where if you get paid in 59 months, it takes 59 days, it takes 500 odd days.
I heard that interview yesterday morning with yourself and him. And there's and that incurs interest that taxpayers have to pay.
Have to pay. Right. For the contractors who are willing to borrow. Some months so some months them not borrow. So that is why I'm saying anyway to the project shut down because them stop work, because them not move until them get money.
So Ralston,
so that is why that explains to the public when you go around and you say I will for a road dig up and you say the road can't done. Man must say we not get no money.
So all this talk about how much money the government have, and when they budget how much $1 billion for the capital budget. Are you saying to us that them not really have the money the country broke?
Them not have the money in some instances, and the other instances is the inefficiency and poor management, as Mr. Mullins said.
So
Mr. Mullins say, all right, them say, Colin, them give a project, and them say this is the scope of the project. And when they start the project, them change the scope. Yeah? And the different agencies between Water Commission and Works Agency, them have a spinning around all about the place. 3 more, 4 months pass, and all of those things. Yeah.
Who is responsible?
Poor planning, poor execution. The government.
And not civil servant?
Nah, man. The government, man.
Because civil servant can't change the scope of the work, right?
No. And the minister and the Prime Minister who are on the project and Works Agency. Yeah.
So we're having a serious problem. Ralston, where you see this economic going in another 2 years from now? And not going 5.
We don't see the growth. Remember, the growth was originally projected at 1%. Without taking into consideration all of the disturbances that are going on internationally and this underspending of the capital budget. Yeah. So we don't see no growth. Standard & Poor's don't see it. World Bank don't see it. Yes.
And that's why they are saying to the government that you need to grow.
Yeah, man. Because if you don't grow, you can't pay all of the bills that you have to pay.
And if there were any inkling of growth coming, Standard & Poor, the World Bank, the IMF would have seen it. So they would have saying, continue on that trajectory.
Yeah, man. The man them said the forecasts are the lowest for all regions, the regions, Latin America and the Caribbean.
Yeah.
The growth forecast is the lowest of all regions in the world. And Jamaica is growing at one of the slowest pace in Latin America and the Caribbean.
So, with all that we see, the groundbreaking that we saw taking place, are these some of the projects that the $50 billion have not been spent on?
Yeah, man. As Mr. Mullins said, that was groundbreaking. After the groundbreak, nothing now go on. Nothing go on. Them today was just election con.
Are we in serious trouble, Ralston?
I mean, if we're in serious trouble, brother.
But
it's like civil servants them lock down the place or them not gonna work, so that make it even slower.
But if the civil servant lock down the place, them will lose their work like what Trump do America, fire federal workers.
Well, our system is not like Trump's system. It's harder for them to do that in Jamaica. Based on the representation of our people in terms of trade unionism. A different thing. In China, lock down one of the people them like that.
In the budget.
And as the civil service president said, even if them are going to work, as John Levy and the man said, even if them are going to work and are demotivated, so the service will get poorer. And the service is already not very good.
Will this cause more of our professionals to migrate?
Of course. And if them can't migrate, it will cause more. You get trapped. So the social problems will get greater because Trump will make it harder for them to migrate. If them stay in Jamaica, the social problems will get greater. Yep. Police have got more work to do, and the police are already demotivated because them are part of the thing when they get the pay. So the whole thing, yep. The thing is like the tune was the things that come up to bounce.
And let me just say to my listeners and viewers and apologize for the noise in the background. Ralston is at the market getting some produce for the house. So we give thanks for you talking to us while shopping, my brother. But Raleigh, if we don't start seeing growth, and the last time you and I spoke, the last time we spoke about growth, I said to you that it can't be growth in 5 years. It got to be growth in 2 years.
It has to be now, man. So all for things have to change. It has to be now. It's the man in 5 years and not 5 years.
We hear the Prime Minister said that they are going to employ a consultant to tell them how to bring the creative industry together with tourism. Is that necessary?
No, because we already know what to do. Them things are just them friend them at the work. We already know what to do. Every day we give them free advice about them things. I joke thing that.
But they're not listening to us.
No.
And as you told Simon yesterday morning that free advice is not valued.
It's not valued. Michael Malley said that, yes. Yep. So what them are do? Them are pay what them friend them to tell them the same thing what I tell them over and over and over.
The Chinese that were building the hospital in Montego Bay, they gone home. What is going to happen with that?
Well, I don't know. They have to go find somebody else to do it.
Have you heard?
And all of that have to do with payment.
Have you heard anything from the government, Ralston, as it relates to our trade deficit? As it relates to
them just ignore them things, man. No, man.
But how can you ignore stuff like that?
No, you can't if you want the economy to work. And that is why the economy is not working, because they might ignore them things. The trade figures would indicate to them that the things that them need to do, that them need to fix agriculture, that them need to move fast for energy, that them need to move fast for research and development. The trade figures tell them what to do, but them just ignore it. And so why them can keep on depending on remittances and tourism flows and central bank intervention to stabilize the dollar. So them keep on jogging on the spot. So it's like you have your savings and say, I live off of my savings, so I don't have to work. Yep.
Well, I'm on in one of the chat room, I say from 2016 we are taught the same thing. And they don't believe we.
That's what I tell you.
But see it come home now, because what we are talking about is like a pregnancy viewer.
Yeah, man.
It's not going, something come.
Something come, the baby have to deliver now.
So who no one believe we? Just wait and see.
Well, somebody would have believed something was wrong with them head, because I'm sure them go up on the road every day and see the poor conditions of the road. I'm sure them say, the bridge them can't fix. Tri-bridge take 4 years before it starts. I'm sure them know about the hospital services. You have to sit up on chair and them thing. I'm sure them know about Cornwall Regional. Them just blind themselves to reality. I'm sure them hear what the World Bank has said. I'm sure them hear what S&P has said. So them just politically blinded.
Let me tell you something, Ralston. A lie is easier to believe than the truth, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Easy to believe lies. But Raleigh, if the workers don't get more than that 2%, which we don't see them getting anymore, what do you expect?
Well, we expect them to get the more. If them got work, them only going to pretend to work. Yeah, me expect some industrial relations disputes, because people like Lamia and Vincent Marcy, them and then another joking. And if them finally settle, the people who just got work and pretend to work. So the weak productivity are going to increase. You know, I'll get an increase in our productivity. I remember every private sector business have to do business with our government. So the whole economy, they talk about productivity and just remain talk. And we are just continue to limp along at 0%. We might end up back in another recession. So we have to tell another lie again. And just that's how going. Going around in circles. The problem on the road are increased. Police and people are getting more problems. People are trying to find ways to survive. And them give the police kind of carte blanche to do whatever they want. So even the police themselves, them are pretend for work, because them themselves have them family and them not get the correct care.
What is the energy bill now, Ralston, and where we're going with that? Do we see any ease?
Well, for the first 5 months, we run at $841 million. So if you annualize that, we're running at $2.5 billion same way. $2.5 billion.
And where is our export right now?
773 million.
773 million. So we're not matching up in terms of what we are importing. Statins say we are importing 4 times more than what we are exporting.
Yeah, man, the imports are 3.2 billion and the exports are only 773 million. The exports couldn't buy the food, it couldn't buy the oil, and it couldn't buy the raw materials. Couldn't buy none of them things.
What is the good things that are happening in Jamaica, Ralston, as it relates to the economy? Tell us what is good.
Well, the only thing them can say, even them not believe it, inflation at 1.2%, and they will say unemployment at 3.3%, but they're not telling about the 665,000 persons outside of the labor force. They're not telling about the lack of training of the labor force as the World Bank and S&P say. Yeah, and they will tell about the NIR big, but they're not telling say 50% of the MIR have to do with remittances. So, yeah, them have a big problem because the NIR is not something that them earn from exporting more and them things. Yeah.
Raleigh, give thanks, my brother. We'll talk.
All right.
One love.
Yeah. All right. Blessed. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Viewers and listeners, that's Ralston Iman, Jamaica's top economist. There's none better in Jamaica. And we say that without any apology. None better than Ralston Iman. We have a bad leader. And we now make no apology about that. There's none better than Ralston Iman when it comes to talking about Jamaica's economy. Oh, Lord. I just see Lammy calling me. So let me try get Brother Lambert on the line. We'll see if we can listen to this in the meantime. I'll try get Brother Lambert.
This meeting, the government indicated that it will not be able to offer more than the 2% submitted to the workers. The panelists agreed that public sector wage growth must be matched by efforts to grow the GDP, which currently expands around 1 to 2%, in keeping pace with wage increases. Dr. Stokes and Minister Williams emphasized must avoid external fiscal constraints like IMF-imposed deadlines by negotiating internally sustainable wage and fiscal policies. Minister Williams called for a credible wage strategy, balancing fair compensation with fiscal discipline, adding that this is essential to maintain fiscal space to fund social programs and infrastructure. She argued that inflation has declined significantly to a range of 4 to 6%, and the exchange rate remains stable with a depreciation rate around 2% annually, signaling macroeconomic stability. But despite macro strengths, it was revealed that the wage bill now consumes about 50%, that's 50 cents of every dollar, up from 37 cents in 2019, while tax revenue growth has slowed to 6.8% year over year amid weakening economic activity. Meanwhile, the University and Allied Workers Union, UAWU, declined the invitation to attend today's meeting with the finance minister. In an interview with Radio Jamaica News, UAWU President Lambert Brown accused the government of painting a false picture on the state of the economy during the run-up to the general election. He said the administration must now find the funds to pay the public sector employees a decent salary increase in the wage talks.
Lammy.
Yes, Saka.
You didn't go to the meeting yesterday. Why?
Well, firstly, the meeting I think was a waste of time. I could see that before because the minister was supposed to have convened meetings with the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions to continue negotiations.
Yes.
Instead, what they did was to bring everybody together yesterday to try and sell the workers a view that things, that the workers shouldn't be asking for more and shouldn't be asking for anything. And I thought that that was a waste of time. In fact, somebody who attended the meeting described the meeting in this way. The person said it was an institutional manipulation and overdrive. Institutional manipulation and overdrive. Because the government brought the fiscal commissioner, it brought, which is somebody who used to work with the government, used to work with the IMF, and is now the fiscal commissioner. They brought Dr. Adrian Stokes, who came to the meeting telling the unions that they must go and read the fiscal policy paper.
Oh?
When it is the unions who have been telling the government what is in their own fiscal policy paper. So the unions have already read fiscal policy paper. And we knew that this year the government had projected 9% increase, next year 6%, the year after 6%, and the year after 6%. We know, Colin,
that's 27%. That's 27% over 4 years?
That's what the government projected in the fiscal policy paper. Not that the unions have agreed to a 4-year agreement. But I'm saying the government, in their budget documents, projected over 4 years what the salary would be in the public sector.
So you're saying year one would be 9% and
Yes.
6% for the 3 years after, each year after that for 3 years.
That is what is projected in the budget document, which was presented to Parliament in February by this minister.
You mean
And in that
the last budget presentation?
Yes, and in that document, the minister said that the information contained therein was accurate, was complete, and was reliable. So by their own document, that's what they proposed. Now the government is trying to change those documents. And what they're admitting is that they scammed the Jamaican people when they told the people that the economy was okay and everything was rosy. Now they're singing a different song after the election. They're saying that the targets that they set are not being met.
But really, 27% over 4 years. So how did we get to 0% in year one? Because that was the first offer that came to the public. 0% in year one.
And then they proposed a 2%.
And then they
just
increased
before
that.
the election.
Right.
Provide the teacher striking.
So,
put this way. What the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister need to tell Jamaica is what is the true state of the economy and why they're getting people to go out there and say, we must fire public sector workers, cut the public sector, we must cap wages. That's what they're out there saying, having their surrogates say.
But
which is an admission, Colin.
Yeah.
That the economy is not in a...
Raleigh? Lamy is on the road, so I don't know if him get cut off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm hearing you, Colin.
So you're saying
I'm going to lose it soon.
You're saying that the economy is not in a good place?
No, but if it was in a good way, they would be honoring at the minimum that which they projected.
But if you are aware that the economy is not in a good place, why you don't just accept what they're offering?
Not me, you know. They haven't come out and said it in the way they need to say it yet, so we can interrogate it.
So you're
they told you and they told Jamaica that everything was okay. They were handling the economy the best.
Yes, they did say that.
Yes. So how comes now, after they got 300% increase, how comes after the workers have made so much sacrifice to fix the economy, to bring the debt to GDP down, right? How comes now they're telling the workers, sorry, this is not your time?
But they told the workers that it is their time now.
Well,
in the
they told
campaign.
the workers, when they gave themselves 300%, that was the message. Nigel Clark told you, we want to recruit and retain the best. So we have to give ourselves the 300%.
But Lamy, you must admit that the wage bill is really heavy on the country's economy right now. I remember one businessman the other day saying that we should lay off some civil servants so as to save the economy and start growing. What say you?
Colin, let me tell you, the unions in Jamaica have made sacrifice, wage freeze, wage restraint, after wage restraint. And we made those sacrifices because they said, if we hold back and don't take the salary increase, the economy will grow. The debt to GDP will come down. So we made those sacrifices. The issue now is, why has the government not grown the economy?
So they have brought down the debt. They have brought down the debt to GDP. Well, Lamy, they will say to you that stop living at the past. That was aspirational, inspirational. Aspirational, yeah.
Aspirational? You see, we're too easy to allow them to make promises and get away with the promises.
But that's what politician does.
Of this year said there will be no cap. She's breaking that promise.
When did the minister say that? In the budget presentation?
Yes, Julian Robinson asked her in the parliament during the Standing Finance Committee meeting.
Okay.
And she said there's no cap at this time.
But things have changed, Lamy.
Changed?
Yes.
Changed for the better?
No, Standard & Poor's said Jamaica is the only country that have a BB rating that is not growing.
Oh. So you see it come back to the point. Why is the government failing to grow the economy?
But
in the budget, Mark Colin and Julian Robinson proposed ways to grow the economy. But they said they were going to choose Jamaica. And they choose.
Lamy, as I said to you, my listeners, my viewers, my subscribers, we're talking to Senator Lambert Brown. He's on the road, he's traveling. And we know Jamaican roads stay. Sometimes the cell signal go in, sometimes it go out. Maybe just a pass a place. We're not losing him here totally. Let's see if he comes back.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We understand that you're on the road. So continue.
Yeah. So if signal died, call it back.
All right.
Call it.
All right. But we're hearing you now, so go ahead.
You're hearing me good.
Yeah,
I'm saying that the government is elected to put policies that will grow the economy.
Yes.
And they told us a couple of weeks ago how great the economy was.
Yes.
So why now is the economy so great? The workers should make sacrifices.
But isn't it our country rally that we all have to make the sacrifice?
No. It is our country. It is not the workers alone country. So why others are not making a sacrifice? Why prices are going up? Why profits are going up? But the workers' wages must stand still.
I don't know if you heard the head of the civil servant union yesterday on Beyond the Headline.
No, I didn't hear her.
She was very critical of the size of the cabinet, and she said that the government is not leading by example. So how now the government can come to us, tell us that we can't get what we want, but they put in this massive cabinet.
But let me tell you, and I agree with her. I agree to it. Let me tell you this. 3 years ago, the MP salary was about 5 million.
Yes.
The MP salary moved to 14 million a year.
Wow.
And now the Prime Minister, take all of his MP, almost all of his MP, turn them into ministers, and immediately them salary move from 14 to 18 million.
But why did the Prime Minister, as the lady said on Beyond the Headline yesterday, this is not setting no example. So how you are going to tell we about you can't afford it while you ensure that all of your members of parliament get this big salary?
Which means that the third term is not for the people, you know. The third term is for them.
And they show that in the first couple of weeks.
Exactly. So you can imagine what will happen later on.
Lamy, we have not seen growth above 2%. In fact, the IMF said Jamaica grows 0.8% over the last decade. Obviously, majority of the voters did not understand what that means. Can you explain to them what that means?
If Ralston Hyman was not at Alan Cole's funeral, he would be telling you that the last time the economy grew by 3%, Portia Simpson Miller was the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Well, I think
under this government. So you heard that? The last time the economy grew by 3%, Portia Simpson Miller was the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Well, I think
that's almost 20 years ago.
2007 was the last time.
That is correct.
We grew by 3%. Yes.
Yeah. This government came in and they found a lot of plans that Portia left. And they said, oh, we're going to grow the economy by 5% in 4 years. Right? They didn't know what they were doing. And so today, that growth has eluded us. And so, for that reason, people will say, oh, but the wages are growing faster because you are not growing your economy.
Yeah,
it is because you're not growing your economy.
Yesterday,
the government must take responsibility.
They told the unions yesterday that wages have grown by 187%, while GDP only grew by 97%. So wages have doubled the GDP. Whose fault is that?
Well, first, the GDP is like $3 trillion.
Right.
So it is going to move slower than wages because wages is much smaller. So that if for something like, if you move from 1 to 2, that's 100%.
Yeah.
But if you move from 2 to 3, that's only 50%.
Correct.
So you have to start with what?
Well, we lost him now. We have lost Senator Lambert Brown. Talking to him about the issue that we are having with wages. The government told civil servant that they can't give them the kind of wage increase that they are expecting yesterday. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Senator Lambert Brown. Hold on, let me reconnect you. We're talking to Senator Lambert Brown, and Senator Lambert Brown is also a trade unionist. He did not go to the meeting yesterday because he didn't believe that it was worth going to that meeting yesterday. The government have been saying that the economy is doing so well, and therefore Lambert believed that them to just pay the civil servant what the civil servant deserve. People are working in a country that cost of living is rising every day. Welcome back, Lamy.
Yes, and those who went to the meeting can confirm it was a waste of time.
Well, that's what she said. It was a lecture. They brought these people to lecture them on why they should accept 2%.
As I said to you, somebody described it as institutional manipulation and overdrive and steroid.
And therefore, what do we expect going forward now, Senator Brown?
Well, let me put it here. From last year, the unions and Nigel Clark, when he was still minister, agreed that we would send our claims in by November.
Yes.
And that the negotiations should have been completed by the 1st of April this year.
Yes.
The government has done nothing to facilitate those negotiations. In March, we met with the new minister, and she agreed to start the negotiation with a view to concluding it by the end of April this year. April gone, May gone, June gone, July gone, August gone, September gone. We are now in October. And instead of negotiating, she's calling people to lecture us. So what I expect is that the minister will call the unions in to start the negotiations. And at that point, she can tell us what she wants to tell us, and we will show her why the workers deserve more and that they are able to do it. So let the negotiation start.
Raleigh,
I mean, I can tell you, for example, from 2023, they have an agreement with the doctors where they would settle off with the overtime payment for the doctors. And now, 2 years plus after, they are still not settled with the doctors. And that is going to cost the country nearly $40 billion more because of the procrastination of the government.
Lamy, how then, if the government can't pay a civil servant more than 2%, I just asked Raleigh a while ago, how that $32,000 for minimum wage going to come?
Let me tell you, Bengo. The teacher, the police, the civil servants will have to find it out of them pocket to pay the $32,000, because in order to win the election, the Prime Minister went and tell the nation that he will move minimum wage to $32,000. So the police can't find it, the teacher can't find it, the civil servant, the nurse, the doctor, the correction officer, whoever can't find it to pay the minimum wage. That minimum wage worker will be without a job. All because of the recklessness of the Prime Minister. Who, instead of being honest with the people, try to scam them during the elections.
Lamy, is it that you are planning to shut down the government?
We?
Yeah, that's what people in the chat room are saying.
The government will do a better job of shutting itself down than the unions. The unions have always been cooperative, always seek to find solutions. The government must come to the table and play its part.
All right, finally, Lamy, tell us what is it going forward now with what is on the table? The government call everybody, tell you straight up, we can't offer you more than 2%. What is the way forward?
I am sure the unions will respond to them when we get to the table. But suffice it to say, what they're putting on the table now is not acceptable to the workers of Jamaica.
Somebody is saying that you caused the shutdown of the Goodyear factory in St. Thomas.
They don't know what they're talking about. That's a labor right who don't know what they're talking about. What they should talk about now, they want, is to why you open it a couple of weeks before the election and it was a proper sewage system there.
Nobody know in there yet. After 4
Right?
months, of
And,
opening, nobody's there yet.
and why the KFC is not yet running? And why the parish council have to pay $10 million a month?
$10.3 million a month they're asking.
Yeah?
$10.3 million.
Oh, sorry. I left out the pantry.
Don't leave it off.
Right.
It counts. But Lambert, before I
Yeah.
let you go, tell me something. Did the government give an assurance that all these government agencies would move into that urban center and pay those high rent?
Obviously they did. Right? And so again, bad decisions by the government. Right?
Lami,
You know, ask the person who just tell you about Goodyear, why they paying $2 billion to run some airport for the rich people, while poor people can't get a salary increase.
why they paying what? $2 billion to do what?
$2 billion to run some airports.
Oh,
Basco
to run
Bell.
the eardrome, Basco Bell, Ken
Eardrome,
Jones, the one in Negril.
But poor people can't get an increase. How comes?
And they
How
paid.
comes when it comes to the rich, they can find the money. But when it comes to the poor, we must hold strain.
Lami, if there's anything finally you want to say before I let you go, go right ahead.
Well, let me put it this way. The people had a chance to vote in a new government to take the country on a better road. They did not do it. But you know what I'm proud of? When I look in the parliament on Tuesday and see how Mark Golding and the opposition is showing up the government and showing that a better day is possible for the people of Jamaica. I want to congratulate Mark Golding, your MP Isaac Buchanan, Rose Shaw, and all of those who got up in the parliament and spoke on behalf of the people. I want to thank them. So that's the last thing I say. And we see the government at the negotiating table soon. We're ready to negotiate. This is not a dictatorship.
One more thing before you go, Lami. The standing orders in the parliament. How important are these standing orders? And I ask you the question based on the fact that the standing order says that ministers are not supposed to be a part of those committees that were named on Tuesday. Plus, ministers are now cheering some of those committees against the standing order. What weight does the standing orders really hold in the parliament?
The standing orders are rules, is a law. Like the Road Traffic Act that run the road, the standing order run parliament. And therefore, what is required is that the speaker must ensure that the standing orders are obeyed. Because if the government does not obey the rules, why should the motorists on the road obey the rules? Why should anybody else have rules? So those rules must be obeyed. And the Prime Minister must recognize, just as when he tried the NITS unconstitutional, state of emergency unconstitutional, Senate letters unconstitutional, Bail Act unconstitutional, he is not above the law. He is not above the rules, and he must conform with the rules. And Mark Golding, Philip Caldwell, and the other 26 in the parliament is going to insist that Jamaica is a country of rules and the Prime Minister does not become a dictator.
I did say finally, but there's a question in the chat room. Should the government roll back those high increases that they got the other day, Lami?
It's up to them. In other words,
what say you?
They can come to the country. No, it's up to them. They can come to the country and say, things are bad, not as good as we thought it was, and therefore we're going to make some sacrifice and ask the rest of the society to make the sacrifice. But that's their call. But when they had a chance to do that, they've made everybody minister of state and ministers. All people who didn't lose the ministerial position get back ministerial position. So they are not interested in rolling back. They're interested in creaming off for themselves.
All right, Lammy. Thanks very much, my brother.
Bless you. Thank
Safe
you.
travel upon the gravel.
Yeah, man. Bless you.
Blessings. Senator Lambert Brown and trade unionists. And we're talking. Let me tell you something. Chris, call me. 876-804-7072. Call me, Chris. And let's have a discussion. Because some of you, all you can do is hide behind that keyboard. You can't come forward and deal with a proper discussion. You hide behind your keyboard. That's all you can do. And I am challenging those on TikTok, at Shaka Fame at TikTok, who are run off on the mouth. Because this have nothing to do with PNP and JLP now, you know. This is about governance, the management of Jamaica. The election is over. So let's have no doubt who the government is. The Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness, is leading the government of Jamaica. So, unless you don't want we ask them no question, unless you don't want to criticize them, because we know we don't want to, because Andrew Holness said that the people who vote for him will hold him accountable. But I hear a man say it the other day. Morning, my daughter, big up. I hear a man say it the other day and I'm going to copy it. The man said not all labor rights are duns, but all duns are labor rights. And I don't even want to get to that level because I want to keep this program about governance, about Jamaica. I said to you all that there are many lies and many liars. We just want to stick to the truth. Lord. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Colin.
Hold on, the Junior. Hold on. I don't know why I'm getting a problem with this leader. Talk to me, Junior.
Where you, Lammy, Ralston, come up with this idea so the economy not the way?
Well, based on the data, not gut feelings, because Dr. Herbert Gill said when you have gut feeling, you must go toilet.
You have money like Andrew?
Well, Andrew is not the country's economy.
No, but if you have money like Andrew, if Andrew talks something, people going to believe Andrew can reach, you know. But you're poor, then I believe you.
I hear you, sir. They don't listen to the poor.
No, them no. Jamaica no I hear nothing about the poor. Jamaica no one like poor man, you know.
Talk to me.
You realize what happened now? Them trying to ram through a 4-year negotiation. No? That's what them trying to do.
Lambert Brown just told us that in the budget that they had tabled, they had proposed 9% in year 1 for civil servants, 6% in year 2, 6% in year 3, and 6% in year 4. How we get down to 2 and 2.5% now?
Because remember, you know, when you're making a budget presentation, you can't stand up and talk anything, you know.
Well, next week, I am going to send my request for interview because I want to talk to the Minister of Finance. And I said to all of the labor right then, call on the ministers because we are talking rubbish. We are here talking rubbish. So we want to call the ministers. And let me tell you who I want to hear interview the ministers. Because I don't want to hear the man them down Bradley Avenue. I want to hear Ralston Iman interviewing either the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance. Simon Kraskill, Dean Jackson Miller. I want to interview Conrad O'Brien. People who will ask the pertinent questions. You know, there was a time when I used to listen to Emily Shields, and I still have a little respect for her.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I think she's like bamboo.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
flexible.
No, not well, flexible too, but you ever light dry bamboo?
Yeah.
It just blaze up for a minute, woof, and hold down back. I want somebody where we're coming like Pimento. When you light Pimento, it's still light for days, fire burning. There are questions that the Minister of Finance must come answer. The Prime Minister, the Minister of Industry and Commerce. Because I asked Lambert a question that he never really answered. You know. Why is growth important to the country? Junior, you know that?
Because if the country does not have any growth, you cannot achieve your plans. Nothing you conceive, you can achieve it because there's no growth.
Let me see if I can help with a little of the explanation. If you left your parents' house, you rent a house, let's say for $40,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
$40,000 a month for rent. Light bill is $10,000. Water is $5,000. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Transportation to work runs you $15,000.
I send that.
A month, right?
Uh-huh.
Hold on, we're not done yet. So you have rent, light bill, water, transportation, and food is $20,000. Right? So 40 and 20 are 60, and 10 are 70.
70.
And another 20 is $90,000. Right? You are earning $110,000 a month. Yeah? So after that $90,000, you have $20,000 left. Where you can buy little clothes and go a little party and do your year. Boom. You take on a woman.
Oh.
So you take on a woman now. But she not work. Right? Watch this. You take on a woman and she not work. What is going to happen now? Light bill will go up, you know that?
Got two.
Water bill will go up, you know that?
Two.
Food bill will go up, you know that?
Two.
Only the rent I go stay.
Stable.
All right. But you're still earning 110.
Right.
Right? So let's say food go up by an extra 5,000. Light go up by 2,000. That are 7.
Mm-hmm.
Water go up by 1,000. That are 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you know at $96,000. And then you have to give the woman a change. So if you give the woman a $10,000, it's only $4,000 you have left now.
Right. Not reach the bank.
Not reach the bank yet. So here is now a need to grow your salary of 110,000.
Right.
You must grow that now.
I do like Andrew.
But hold on now. You live with this woman, you sleep with her every night. So guess what go on? A baby coming into the play.
Oh Lord.
So now it's 3.
Real economy.
Everything now gone over the $110,000 a month. So this is why now you as a person must grow now. You must go get a next job, or you must get a promotion, or you must start earning something on the side. So you see where the country's economy run. Things get more expensive. Your oil bill go up. Your food importation bill go up. Your salary bill go up because everybody want this man here we are earn 110 is a fireman. So he want more pay now. So therefore, you have to start now producing more as a person to produce more than this $110,000. Now you need to get this up to $170,000. And that's why the country must grow because our expense continue to rise, Junior. Understand economy.
Before I go away.
Yeah.
I went to Maypen on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear the program because the internet chip out where I was.
Yeah.
Hard to hear you on Thursday.
Yeah.
But me give a joke. It's when I leave Montego Bay,
Yeah.
I drive along the south coast,
Yeah.
go all the way down to Sablamar and turn up to go Maypen.
Uh-huh.
The only place you find the road is when you reach the toll road in Manchester. No?
Only the toll road. All of the road them bad.
There is no road between Montego Bay and Maypen and on the toll road. You know.
But Junior, that's why the fiscal commissioner tells you that the government has been failing to spend the capital budget. They spend $20 billion less than what they budgeted to spend in the first quarter of 2025.
It's 5.5 hours drive on the bus to go Maypen.
From Montego Bay?
From Montego Bay, no.
Tell her! Hey!
Northford Express. I went on it on Wednesday and came back yesterday.
Yeah.
It took me 5.5 hours from Montego Bay to go to Maypen.
Oh, God. Junior,
when I reached, we look on the driver, I said to him, I said, I would never want your job.
But him drive straight, Junior, or him stop and rest?
Him stop at different intervals. But remember, I know, the bus is an express. So it don't stop everywhere.
But you know, say, I don't know if it happened in Jamaica, but you know, say, abroad, a driver can't drive for 5 hours straight.
All right. All right. Him leave Mobile now and he stop a few stops on the road going up, you know.
Right, because remember, they have designated stops.
Right. Him have him the curve, designated stops so he can stop the curve, he can make stand up, make the circulation come in.
Yeah.
But remember, you know, you're talking about express, you know.
Yes.
It's 5.5 hours to go Maypen on the bus, you know.
That is too much.
I stop about 4 times, you know.
That is too much. 5.5 hours. Crazy.
Let me say, Colin Bell. Let me tell you something, man. It's out of reach in central Manchester.
Yeah.
I may go along the road to go down to Maypen.
Yeah.
Remember, so we have drive through road.
Oh, so him not take the highway? Figure Maypen. No.
He take the highway.
And then he come off.
No, he take the highway from William Steel to go Maypen.
Oh, yes, the new
but
piece.
There is no road where you come down something there. Why name again? Winston Jones Highway, you know.
There's a mash up.
No names again, you know.
Yeah, the last time.
Winston Road, Patrol.
The last time I run down the side, it kind of rough for you. When I go up, I go a compound. Yeah, it is rough.
You saw two Alamba boy in a place there. You can't believe that Alamba boy go through, you know.
Bumpy.
Hey, bud.
Thank you, Junior. Somebody say I left out phone bill a while ago. It's a whole heap of things me left out. Whole heap of things because no savings never in there. Thank you, Junior. Yes, man. 876-804-7072. Those are the numbers that's the number to call. I tell you something, you know. Lord. Remember me tell you. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hey, Colin, what's up? How you doing?
Well on there. Oh, this sound like Chris, so. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Colin, how you doing? You good?
Yes, man. Talk to me.
Man, I listen to there's a feedback in the line. And
go ahead now.
Anyway, I listened to the conversation with you and Lammy.
Yes.
Lammy sound like him want another general election.
Well, Lammy is a comrade, and all comrades are disappointed about the outcome of this election. All comrades, including yours truly.
Okay. But at this point in time, we just need to move on.
Oh, you're going to move on. Tell me how to move on.
Yeah. Like with these weird negotiations.
Yeah.
The government has said what the country can afford at this point in time. Why would there be a pushback? Especially after there was a significant jump in public sector wages over the last 3 years.
Why would there be a pushback?
Yeah.
And you don't, do you live in Jamaica?
You heard what I said, right?
Yep.
Especially since there was a significant jump in public sector wages over the last 3 years.
All right. So tell me about the cost of living over the last 3 years. Has that moved?
Yeah, man. Total, what the statistics we heard? Total inflation over the last couple of years, I think, jumped by 60-something%. Yeah, but wages not jumped by more than that.
Sorry about that. Go ahead again, caller.
I said total inflation, I think they said jumped by around total 62%. Total inflation. Yeah, jumped by around 60-something%. But wages don't exceed that, man.
But let me ask you something. What you used to use $20,000 to buy 3 years ago, how much is buying it now?
Big man, the way they starting and all of them calculate.
No, man.
I mean, inflation. No, wait, listen to me, man. Listen to me, not you. I'm saying if total inflation is 60-something%, but I want to take one item. But I want to say, oh, you could only buy 6 bread, and now you can only buy 4. There's another item that you could only buy 4 of, where today you can buy 10 of.
Which item is that? Tell me that fast.
Sardines.
Oh,
Starfish.
What?
Yeah, man.
You're crazy. Look here, my brother.
No. Colin.
My
Don't
brother.
tell me I'm crazy. No, Colin. I did the math already.
Hold on. How much a pound for saltfish now?
Colin. Don't do this.
How much
the information is
man.
there.
Listen, you're not coming here to dump out no garbage.
Colin, just calm down, man.
No,
Let me talk, man.
You can't tell me to calm down. You mentioned a while ago.
We have a conversation.
So hold on. You said saltfish. You said there are items that 3 years ago you could only buy 4 that you can buy 10 now. Me want you tell me.
I'm using that as a rough. No, wait, Colin.
Hold on, let me explain something to you.
Colin, that's all right, Colin.
Hold on, man.
Colin,
hold
there
on, man.
Are items today that you can buy more of than you could buy a few years ago.
All right, just stop right there.
Saltfish is an example.
How much a pound for saltfish now?
Colin, go on consumer website,
General.
the Consumer Affairs website.
General.
You can compare the prices a few years ago
General.
to today.
Hold on, man. General.
No, this is not something I asked. This is something I know.
Hold on a little bit, man. Calm down. You calm down.
No, I'm calm, man.
And me going to listen to you, but we have a dialogue. If you mention a product and you don't know the price, not mention it, because over almost 1,200 people I watch this live on YouTube.
No, but Colin, I have had this conversation before.
Hold on, man. Over 1,200 people on YouTube and next 100 on TikTok. And you come here and you say something, I am giving you the opportunity to prove it.
All right,
Hold
Colin.
on, man. Me now call you down. So you mentioned saltfish. So may I ask you, please, tell us how much a pound for saltfish 3 years ago.
No, but Colin, let's be fair. I didn't come here to talk about that. You led the conversation down in that.
And you made...
No, I can come... No, listen to me, Colin. No, listen to me, Colin. Colin, listen. I can come back at your next program armed with the information, and I'm guaranteeing you that saltfish is one of them. I have several items that I can point out, and saltfish is one of them. No, I didn't come in this conversation expecting to talk about saltfish. You brought it up.
Hey, that man a liar, you know? Me bring up saltfish. You did hear me...
No, man, no. We talk about food prices. I didn't come here to talk about food prices. You brought it up.
Me never bring up no food prices.
You didn't bring up the cost of items going up?
Yeah, and you said there are items that you could have buy 4 of it.
Colin, I can come here tomorrow. Colin, I can come on your next program and prove to you that saltfish is one of the items.
Hey, man. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Colin,
what
time is your next program?
Stop. Just hold on a little bit.
Colin, if I am right,
General.
you will acknowledge that I'm right.
General, just hold on.
On the air, on the program.
Hold on for me, please. Just
No,
wait.
man, no. You
Listen.
say me lie. You say me
Hold
lie,
on,
big
man.
man. You're going in a certain direction.
Hold on, man.
I'm coming back on your next program, and when you find out that you're wrong, you will apologize.
Hold on for me, please.
Is that a deal, boss?
Just hold a sec, man. Hold a sec, man. Just calm down. Madam Producer. Madam Producer. Just come over here a minute for me. Because if saltfish cheaper than it was 4 years ago.
No, from 2015 to today.
Calm down, man. Calm down. Just
From
calm down.
2015 to today. I never said that it was cheaper. I'm saying
So
that based on the minimum wage, you can buy more saltfish today than back in 2015.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Just hold on, man. Because I'm not wait till the next program. I want to prove that this morning.
Yeah, man.
Madam Producer.
Based on the minimum
down,
wage,
brother,
a minimum wage earner can buy more saltfish today than in 2015.
Me not cut you off, man. Just calm down. Just calm down. I want you Google it, check it. How much a pound for saltfish 2016 and how much a pound for saltfish now. Because this
and find out how much pound
brother,
a minimum wage earner at 6,200 could buy. And find out how much a minimum wage earner can buy today.
That's not what you said first, you know. What you said first, there are items that you could buy 4 of it 3 years ago, where you can buy 11 or 12 right now. Anyway.
So what you going to use? What you going to use? No, your wage you going to use to find out what you can buy, big man.
We are going to work it out, man. Anyway, you said you wanted to say something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. This point that Lammy made when he said that the wage bill that the government
Hold a sec for me. Hold a sec. Hello, good morning. Oh, the caller got... Hello?
Yeah, morning to you, sir.
Hold the line for me. I'm coming back to you. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. He said that the wage bill that the government had would have shown a jump by 9%, then 6.5%, then 6.5%. Lammy 100% right. That is true. But what Lammy didn't say is that the growth numbers showed a 1% jump in GDP growth for all of those years. Now, the government has already signaled that they want to shift to a situation where they want to grow the economy more. Growing the economy more will chances are meaning reducing the jump that you plan to have in wages and putting some of those money over on the capital side of the budget to look to grow the economy. That makes sense, Colin?
Go again. Let me see me understand what you just said. You agree, hold on, you agree that what Lambert said that in the budget papers.
In the fiscal policy paper.
Right. The government had projected 9% growth in
9% growth in wages.
No, hold on.
Estimated.
Hold on. 9% increase in civil servant wages.
They estimated that. Yeah.
6% in year 2, 6 in year 3, and 6 in year 4. And you are saying...
I don't know about year 4. I don't know 9, 6.5.
And you are saying, however, go no, what you say?
However, in those same projections, they had only planned to grow the economy by 1%.
Right.
And they're saying now that they want to pivot from that and grow the economy more aggressively. Now, if that is the plan, and if we all believe that is the way that we should go.
How they propose to grow the economy?
Oh, wait a man, Colin, before you retry this. I'm saying that part of that could involve not being as aggressive in jumping wages.
Could involve. So hold on a little bit. I want to understand you clearly. That is that's your opinion now, because you say could involve. So that's your opinion.
Yeah, man. That's my opinion. My opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Could mean that they're holding back on jumping the wages as aggressively and putting more of that money into capital expenditure to grow the economy.
Are you aware that the government has not been able to spend the capital
100%.
budget?
The whole country is aware.
So I ask you the question again. How is the government, not you, how is the government proposing to grow the Jamaican economy?
But remember that they have put some new measures in place, include in terms of being able to spend the capital expenditure. you'll recall that they made some changes to the procurement threshold limits. They made some changes. I think they brought in a new Parliament.
Hold on a little bit. What are the changes that they made to the procurement guidelines?
Oh, man, several.
What?
I don't want to go through all of it, no. One of them, for example, is that before, the minimum amount that you could have by direct contracting would have been $1.5 million.
That has
for
not
consultants. I think $3 million for contractors. Both those numbers have been bumped up. So you are
bumped up to
you're
what?
You're there for those things. You don't have to go through the long, laborious thing of going through public procurement agency and all of that stuff. Some of those decisions can be made in the agencies themselves.
Hold on, the General. Stop a little bit.
Sure.
The question I ask is how the government propose to grow the economy. You're walking.
I just said it by being more efficient in rolling out the capital projects and putting more money towards the capital budget.
Yeah, but tell me if this makes sense. You plan to put more money towards the capital budget, but for the last 5 years, you have not spent the capital budget.
Colin, you're not listening.
Brother,
Hold
on, man. May I talk now? Allow me.
Sure.
May I allow you to talk?
Sure.
Do you realize that the government cut the budget for capital spending this year over last year?
I'm going to try again, Colin. But
no,
I think I listen very well. No, Colin, allow me to speak. You're not listening. I said since this year's budget, leading all the way up to the election, one of the things that they did is that they made several changes in the government procurement system. That's one of the big things that they did. They did changes. So we're expecting that from some of those changes, we will see greater efficiency with respect to capital projects being rolled out.
And all I know, so you are saying that those changes were made since this year?
Yes.
Are you aware that the capital budget for the first quarter of 2025 was underspent by $20 billion?
I'm almost sure that the changes were made midterm the first quarter or after the first quarter.
Hallelujah.
I'm almost sure that the changes were not made in April or in May, but they were made sometime after the first quarter of the year.
And to be truthful, I don't remember of any changes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they did it.
Hold on, man.
And they also...
Hello? Hold on, man. I am saying to my listeners and viewers, I don't remember of any changes that have been made to the procurement guideline since this year. Hold on. Somebody's saying $800 a pound for saltfish in 2016, $500 to $800 in 2016 to roughly $600 to $950 a pound in 2025. So saltfish not gone down. Saltfish gone up. Saltfish based on this.
Big man, did I say saltfish went down? I said a minimum wage earner whose wage moved from $6,200 to $16,000 can buy more saltfish today than in 2015.
Hold on. That's not what you said, but hold on. Let me work that out too. Because
work it out.
Work that out. Because, hold on. So, let me see
what percent saltfish went up by?
Hold on, man. Let me see this. This is saltfish. And
what percentage did saltfish go up by?
$850. So saltfish go up by $300 a pound. Hold on.
What percentage did saltfish go up by?
Hold on, man.
No, but Colin, you have to work it out. The minimum wage go up by over 153%. So if saltfish went up by less than 153%, there's no way your math's going to work out. You don't have to work out nothing, big man.
Brother, calm down, man. Me's a simple.
All right, Colin. All right. Go on to your thing, Colin. Do your math.
Very simple. Anyway, me have a call I will. Me have take the call. If you want, I'm going to come back to you. But me have take this call. Got 15 minutes me have you. Go ahead, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mr. Bill.
Yeah, man. Wagwan.
All right, so me believe that the government just throw some figures out there. Just throw some figures, but them don't have the money. That's why them are underspend. Them just talk to them have to spend how much $1 billion per year, but them don't have the money. So them just move around some money. That is my perspective. Them don't have the money to spend, but I know because them talk in some language where the poor people them at Jamaica not really understand. And them say, yeah, this and yeah, that and yeah, this. Because up to now...
Hold on for me, caller. Hold on. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good morning.
Hold the line for me. Hold the line. I'm coming back to you. Yes, sir. Continue. Yeah, man. Continue.
So when the government said them are going to spend X amount of $1 billion on road and them not spending it, it's because them don't have the money. Them just throw some figures out there, and the people them were supposed to hold them accountable. Them not do it. Them not do it. And this government get away with a lot of stuff where no other government never get away. No other government. You understand? So and that's the reality. And when it comes on to cost of living, now compared to 10 years ago, let me tell you, people are feel it.
All right, so let me just tell this brother, hold on. By my rough calculation, in 2016, the minimum wage could have buy 10 pounds of saltfish. Now it can buy 17 pounds. So you only can buy 7 more pounds. So even though the minimum wage has increased by 150%, you can't buy 100% more worth of saltfish. You only can buy about 60% more. So the cost of living not go up with the minimum wage. No, the minimum wage not go up with the cost of living. Because if minimum wage go up by 150%, you should be able to buy 25 pounds of saltfish. You can only buy 17 pounds. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's your thing.
Man.
And the caller before, the road them in Jamaica right now, the majority of them gone back a square one.
Yeah, man.
If I know the highway you drive on, and some of the Sparks road them is some interior road where people never not drive on. Because right now, when time me drive from town to Maypen, if I know highway me drive on, me can't drive on a good road. So me don't know how which road Sparks are fixed.
Hold on there. Here is somebody who's saying that they're paying $1,200 a pound for saltfish. $1,200 a pound.
Yes, because when time I buy half pound of saltfish, I think about $600 for it, you know.
So the calculation I went off a while ago was one I saw on TikTok, where somebody is saying it was between, in that time was between 600 and 800. Now it's between 9 and something. So if you work it at 12, hold on. Make a work it at 1,200. Because if you work it at 1,200, 16,000 divide by 1,200.
Saltfish, dear man. Saltfish, I think saltfish are more, I think half pound about $500 or $500.
Hold on, 1,200. Then you could only buy 13 pounds.
No, man, saltfish is dear, very dear.
Saltfish are dear something, man. So I think saltfish are the wrong thing when you use. But what I normally use is something where everybody use. Chicken. You could buy more chicken with the 6,500 than you can buy with the 16,000. With 6,000, with the 6,500, you could have buy 42 pounds of chicken. You can only buy 40 pounds now. Anyway, back to your argument.
And one other thing where you can use, you know, in 2016, patty. TS's patty, I used to be patty was cheap lunch. Patty is not cheap lunch now.
No, man, patty expensive, but.
Yeah. So that's one of the things where you can use and measure it. So when you want a cheap lunch to buy, you turn to patty. Now, if you buy a patty and a cocoa bread and a juice, you spend like over $600.
And somebody is also saying in the TikTok chat room that saltfish doesn't even have any nutritional value. So we can't. We wouldn't use saltfish. Use chicken, brother.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, man.
All right, use turkey neck. Well, where them say turkey neck were a cheap. Where they call it cheap oxtail, Jamaican oxtail. Yeah. In 2016, probably turkey neck are like $100 a pound.
How much for
a pound now? About $600 a pound for turkey neck.
Where you said to me? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. How much a pound? Nance, Google it for me. How much a pound for turkey neck in 2016? How much a pound for turkey neck now?
About $100 a pound in 2016.
Somebody is saying $600 a pound for turkey neck. I want to know what the cost was in 2016. Yeah.
Yes, man.
Turkey neck was dirt cheap. So if you look on turkey neck in 2016, turkey neck in $6,500 for minimum wage. Divide by 100. Lord God. You could have buy 65 pound of turkey neck.
Yes, I see your thing. Turkey neck.
16,000. Divide by 600. Younger can buy 26 pound of turkey neck.
All right. One last point, me I tell you.
Yeah.
I see when Portia Miller was prime minister.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comparison you can make. All right. So you see the 2-bedroom house them were sell in a Portia time.
Yeah.
It's 4.8 million and 6 and 5.8 million.
Oh.
And them are sell for 30 million now.
Hello.
And 20 million.
My brother.
Same 2-bedroom house them.
Let me tell you something. Anybody who want come tell you say cost of living cheaper now than 2016, you know exactly where they're coming from. You know where they're coming from. Somebody's Rosalie Ricketts is saying turkey neck was $80 a pound in 2016. It's now $700 a pound. Somebody said turkey neck is for $700 a pound. Back in 2015, it was $250 a pound. A whole heap of different price you get though.
Oh, no, man.
I guess the cost is different in different places. So, let me tell you something. The money, the dollar, the spending power of the dollar is worse than what it was 2016. And it is going to get worse based on the plan of this government. They said they're going to raise minimum wage to $32,000 a week. That is going to make the dollar weaker. Your spending power. Thanks for the call, though.
All right. Yeah, man. Keep up the good work.
Blessings, my brother. 876-804-7072. We're still taking your calls right here on the Colin Bell Show. Please remember to like up the video. I may have so much listeners and viewers. I'm going to have 360 like. Lord, man. Give me some. Don't like the show? Give me some like. Tap up the screen over TikTok and touch the plus there. Please and thanks. Touch the plus for me, everybody, over TikTok. Touch the plus. Touch the plus. If you have not touched it yet. And remember, if you have not subscribed to Portland Spice TV, please subscribe. If you're trying to come in the chat room and you can't do that, it is because you have not subscribed. You need to subscribe to the channel before you can talk in the chat room. Oh, Lord. That loud like, whoa. I have to check out them leader, though, because I'm not getting... Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, you live?
Yeah, man, we're live on the air.
So Colin. So I mean, I'm make nice about this and that. But brother, man never say economy do well, brother. So where all of this come from now? We can't understand this. We kind of confused.
Where say the man them say the economy do well?
Very, very well.
That's what the
economy can very, very well. And
that's what the Prime Minister said.
So, if he say he shouldn't be held accountable for telling the Jamaican people lie.
Who going to hold him accountable?
Nobody can, because he's a dictator in Jamaica.
Well, the Jamaican people are not willing to hold anybody accountable. That's what I will tell you. There are some of us who are willing, but there are some who are not willing. 60% of Jamaicans did not vote in the last election. That means them no business with who want to do what. They are saying, don't stop at all, driver. Do anything you do. We agree.
And that's the reason why anything when they get down there, then take me come down and me vote and come up back. And honestly, anything happen down there, my boss, them cause upon themselves, they can't only blame themselves. But guess what? they always say now going to want to them back against the wall. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's no reason him couldn't try maybe pass people raise. My wife work, teacher them can't get no pay raise how long now. And then you give yourself 200% raise.
Yeah.
But the next point before I go.
Yeah.
I think Mark Golin should have campaigned on that topic to reverse back that $200,000 raise or look into it when they get in power and press that more so the people can understand it's not about money for them.
Yeah, man, because you know have to go right back to zero, you know, but you could have taken off back 100.
Yeah, but tell people when look into it.
Yeah, man, and you could have cut it.
Right?
You could have cut it.
So we're gonna cut it so we can put back more money in the economy and for the people. But that's what they should campaign about too. But you know, everybody's all about the money, you know.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man, cool.
876-804-7072.
Blessed.
Hold the line for me. Hello, good morning. Hold on there. Lord. Why this phone take so much call? Go ahead, caller.
Hello. Is that Colin?
Hello?
Yes.
We are live on Portland Spice TV.
And you're hearing.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
I just heard on this with you.
Hold on a little bit. You have me on a speakerphone?
No.
You have in a headpiece?
I'm on a landline.
If you have in a headpiece, take off the headpiece.
No, I'm on a home.
All right, go ahead.
Are you hearing clear now?
Yes.
Right. This gentleman's discussion about buying more sulfate. No. It's a rather argument. It's rather simplistic. Because if you're looking impact of salary and
hang up and call me back because the call is not going so good. Hang up and call me back. Hang up and call me back.
Will do.
Yeah, man, because I'm not hearing you good at all. Hello?
Hello. Good
ahead.
Morning.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the
program. This is the Colin Bell Show. You're live on Portland Spice TV.
Colin Bell Show.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh God, I don't want to be over market me show, you know. I want this spice. I want a little spice, and I love spice in what I eat.
Yeah, man. Anyhow, this is the Portland Spice.
Yeah. Anyhow, spice don't really work with saltfish, you know. And there's people come from the selfish government. One lady did come to Portland, they come to say selfish better than food, education better than no better than. You remember them type of people, eh?
Yeah, man. Selfish better than education.
All right, and then over upon the market me people, when that man they just come in and say cassava, but him get the wrong ministry. So I want to work out the thing for Comrade Rock. I'm listening, so I don't want to keep up your time. I'm listening. I want to watch back the show, but I'll just only notifying you.
All right, so
okay?
Respect.
Have a blessed day.
You too, my brethren. Enough respect and thanks. I see one of my brethren that try get to me there. Let's see if I can get him on the line. Hold on. Whoa, what a whole heap of miss call from this brethren here. Let me get this brethren up on the line. Jeffrey Tavares from Make We Talk TV did I try call me. Let's see if I can call him back because a lot of times he was trying to call. But my people, who feels it, knows it. And those of us who are feeling it, who have to go into the supermarket and the market every day. Jeffrey, morning.
Morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. What go on?
Me dey here. You have me on here?
Yes, man. I saw you were calling.
Yeah, man. I want to say this to you. Obviously, there are some people who have gotten the $32,000 already, while I know that the minimum wage can buy more saltfish today.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Because saltfish, I just spoke to one of my mother in Jamaica, not my biological mother, my mother in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And she said to me she have been paying $1,200 a pound for saltfish.
So, yes, it might can buy a little more, but not to the increase of the minimum wage. Because when I check
exactly
it, at $1,200, you can buy 13 pounds. And back then in 2016, you could have buy 10 pounds, so it's only 3 pounds more you can buy.
So there is absolutely no way. There is no way that they can say that the minimum wage now can buy more and more and more. How that man is exaggerating.
Jeffrey, the money has lost its spending power. They don't want to admit it, but the money has been weakened and continue to get weaker. And that's why the Prime Minister is promising $32,000 a week. And then when he does that, the money will get even weaker.
The center cannot hold Maranaki upon the land. You remember who said those words, Colin?
Yeah, man. The center can't hold it, not holding at all.
And the Prime Minister make it sound as if in the lead up to the September 3rd general election that there is money in the country left, right, and center. Want to see what's going on with public sector workers now?
Yeah, man. They tell them yesterday you can't get more than the 2%.
And they are the one who decide that they're not going to listen to the opposition leader. They're going to listen to their prime minister and put in for a third term.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So when things start get rough in this country, dog nyam was up on this country, Colin.
Yes, yes.
My brother, keep on doing the good work. All we can say now, we have been teaching the people, we have been showing the people, we have been telling what is going on in the country. When Dan Anderson poll went out, majority of Jamaicans said there's nothing wrong with corruption.
Hallelujah.
God help us in this country.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
All right, my brother. Cool.
Yeah, man. Hold on for me, caller. Somebody in TikTok said the man say it can buy 4 times more. Boy, it is a prerequisite to be a laborite. You have to be able to lie. The man say 11 times more. 11 times, the man say. This is a YouTube program, not just TikTok. So it's recorded and it stays on YouTube for a very long time. So you can come to Portland Spice TV and watch it. The man say 11 times. Go ahead, caller.
Are you with me now?
Yes, and I'm hearing you now.
Right. I had called a little earlier, but we're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, man, but you're coming through clear now.
I think he was making a rather simplistic argument, which is extremely misleading.
Yeah, man.
Because just my simple knowledge tells me that saltfish is an imported item.
Oh, yes.
And as you have noticed, our dollar has been heading in a particular direction.
Yes.
One of the things that happens is that as the dollar goes down, the price of our imports go up.
Of course.
So how could saltfish be an imported item with the dollar being worse than it was in 2015 and saltfish is cheaper then, which is the initial argument he was making.
Let me tell you something. Saltfish has always been a very expensive item in Jamaica. Always.
But I know, as somebody, as a housewife, I know saltfish there. When I do my saltfish ackee, I can't cook too much saltfish. I have to put more ackee than saltfish.
Exactly.
I don't know where I'm getting that stupid argument from. You know, people must be sensible. And there's another side to the discussion, Colin.
Yeah.
They're looking at cost of living and purchasing power.
Yes.
Have to remember that in terms of how the person has improved the cost of living, you have to look at a basket of goods. You can't take out one item and say the price gone down, therefore the person better off. No, because if your rent gone up, your utility bills gone up, your medical bills gone up, how in heaven can you go and buy more saltfish?
Look here, one of the things that a lot of people missing. Hold the line for me. Morning, welcome. Hold the line, I'll come back to you, Marshy. One of the things that a lot of people missing. In 2016, your light bill, we used to pay between 20 cents and 25 cents US per kilowatt hour. Right now, we are paying between 40 cents and 45 cents per kilowatt hour. This is one of the things that is killing this nation. The cost of energy. And remember, Andrew Holness promised us in the campaign in 2016 that he's going to bring down the light bill. He's going to bring in the big energy companies. But nobody no remember that.
Yeah, you know, we have have to look at the picture in a broader perspective. We kind of take one item and argue, use it to make an argument. That's rather oversimplification.
But it's not true. It's not true either. You cannot buy 11 times more. It's £3 more a saltfish you can buy.
Right. So with all the research he's going to do and come, my view is if in that basket other things gone up by 80% and saltfish even go down by 10%, I'm worse off than I was.
But it not go down. It not go down. The price of saltfish double.
You know, saltfish dear man, so make him go from there. All right, have a good day.
Blessings, my love.
Bye. Okay.
Yeah, man. Marshy.
Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
Good day, you know, brother.
Thank God, thank God. You and I talk about something. You and I talk about something after here. How that thing is?
Come on, we're good, man. We're going to be fine.
Thank God, and thank goodness.
Yeah, man.
You know, I so here we will talk about the economy and talk about the situation.
Yeah.
And when all is going around, plowing up the land, same breaking ground, more than now, earthquake, burst up the ground. Cutting ribbon, we were telling people that it's a trick, the economy is in a shambles. A lot of people say that is lie. No, push come to shove.
You know, you're the prime minister, blame the contractors. And the contractors, they might blame now.
And we didn't know all along, where is the Minister of Finance in all of this, Colin?
Well, I am going to send her an invite for this program, you know. May I send out official invitation because I hope that I have been wrong all this time. Because you hear the man a while ago when me ask him, what are the plans to grow the economy? Him no answer that. Him walk away from that and tell me about government make changes to procurement. No changes have been made to the procurement guidelines.
Well, are the same man who are telling us it's cheaper now than back in time?
Yeah, man. Say you can buy 11 times more the amount of saltfish you could have buy in 2016. And you can buy 11 times more the amount of sardine. Because I mentioned sardine too, you know. I never just saltfish. He mentioned sardine as well.
You can get that man some ratings, you know. Because there is a word called ventriloquist, you know.
What that one mean, Marshy? What that mean?
This you're talking from one place, but the sound coming from somewhere else.
Tell her. Tell her. Wait, say him toothbrush not smell good?
Give him the ratings, man. The man talking from his mouth, but the sound coming from somewhere around here.
Hallelujah, Marshy. Hold on, Marshy. Hold on. Hello, good morning.
Colin, we have to call you back.
Hold on, the junior. Let me just finish with Marshy and forward. Hold on. Yes, Marshy.
When that man, tell that man if him listening, Mr. Man, whoever you are, stand up before your mirror. And when you look at the body in the mirror, just say to the body in the mirror, say, you know you are a damn fool.
little more, Marshy.
But Colin,
go ahead.
You never want to run so fast. We know time ago, but I throw out that challenge.
Hold on a little bit. Hold on, Marshy. I want to say to the people in the chat room, Nadi, we don't see with DP. We know see him, but see with him because here what me I tell you, say, this here man here is DP's teacher. So, he have to come over here, come learn and get some knowledge. So, see with him. Go ahead, Marshy.
Yes. I was saying, I threw out a challenge yesterday on 2 programs, and I'm going to say it on your program.
Yes.
And I say it and I go to the point and I say, if anybody can tell me, I will climb the transport tower in halfway tree and jump.
No, Marshy, no.
Listen, come on. You're supposed to have sense. I can climb the tower. I never said jump off, you know.
You said jump. So you can just jump up in the air.
You're right.
Anyway.
But Listen to me now.
Yes.
Andrew Wallace is in for the third term. And let me explain it clear. Michael Manley come up with housing trust. It a benefit all the worker them now. Maybe not all worker get something out of it, right?
Yeah.
Michael Manley do that. LG Newland come up with NIS, right? It a benefit the worker of Jamaica, right? Eddie Siago come up with Heart. Yeah, it a benefit a lot of people. He legislate all of them things. Me not touch PJ Patterson yet, you know. Me go right down to Mark Golden, who is not prime minister, but him legislate something. Where if you have one little ganja spliff in your hand, the police can run it down, lock you up again, fee. Mark Golden do that and stop the police from lock up poor people. I am asking for somebody to tell me for the third term now that Andrew Wallace is in power. What does he legislate to benefit the Jamaican people apart from himself?
Well, Mr. Man will talk truth. So they brought in insurance for tourism workers. They brought in insurance for entertainers. What else? Tada. Come on, Shaka. What else? So those are two things that I can remember that they bring in. I don't know if they're going whole, but it's not like the institutions that you have been mentioning.
Thank you.
Nothing like those institutions.
At least you're better than some of them because me ask them to tell me and the labor right them. The labor, you know what the labor right really done? Like the one we call it this morning until it's a selfish cheaper now than before. Me go on here, sir.
Little bit, Marshy. Thanks for the call. Junior.
Yeah, man. Me have to talk back.
Yes.
One man called a while ago.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something.
Talk to me.
Me know one of the ladies vex with what me was say. But in 2016, you could have taken care of more women. You could have more women.
Yeah.
Because the money you already have to spend, the purchasing power and better. So when you give one lady or your friend on the side one little something,
yes,
she can buy it.
Yes.
So you have to be realistic.
In 2016, you could have give somebody $1,000.
Of course.
No, if you now give $5,000, nobody now look for you. Because what $1,000 could buy in 2016 is $5,000 to buy it now. $5,000 to buy it now.
The other thing, so, what the man talk about? Remember we already about gifting goods and ostentation goods?
I don't hear that. Go again, Junior. I didn't get that.
Gifting goods and ostentation?
Yeah.
Nobody know I'm no saltfish in them, bring me a boy.
Hey, saltfish just have a big name. You know.
Nothing.
But you know something though, Junior, the other day I was in Grenada. And for breakfast, they do cabbage and saltfish. And I ate it one morning. You know why I never eat it the rest of the morning them?
Too salt.
No, a pure saltfish and I no cabbage no in there. Me no like saltfish so by itself. Me now just get up and eat so saltfish. No. It's the cabbage of it in there with a little saltfish. But down at Grenada, it's saltfish and cabbage. It's not cabbage and saltfish.
It's $100 a pound. Chicken was certified 2015.
Yes, sire.
And if you get $6,500 a week for your pay, that can buy 65 pounds of chicken.
Well, I didn't calculate it at that. I calculated at $150 a pound.
It was 100.
I know you could get it for 100 then.
And you can buy 65 pounds of chicken.
So when I calculate it at 150, you could have buy 43 pounds of chicken. Now at $16,000, chicken is going at $400 a pound. $400 a pound. All that can buy is 40 pounds. And chicken is what every household in Jamaica deal with. Everybody deal with chicken.
Yeah.
So, my brother, if we have to talk about cost of living, we have to talk about chicken.
Because even if you buy a woman a drink a chicken in order.
All right.
We talk.
Blessings, my brother. So, all the talk in the campaign about the economy doing well, and somebody was on TikTok a while ago said the same thing me I talk from 2016, and a lie me I tell. Why is it that the government put in their policy paper, which the labor right brethren a while ago agreed to and say it's true, that for the first year they were offering civil servant 9%, and for the second year 6%, third year 6%, fourth year 6%. Why is it that the government told civil servant yesterday, and if you're just joining us and never hear it, I'm going to drop it again.
For proper spending, the proper planning and so on. But given the concerns you both have, even though that's desirable, is it practical? Let me ask you first, Mrs. Clark Griffiths.
It is practical if the government is willing to work on their
Hello, good
side.
morning.
Because if
Hold
we
on,
have submitted our...
Hold on, Miss Griffiths. Yes, caller, go ahead.
You hear me, sir?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Yes, all those promises that was given prior to the election was for Andrew Holness to win the third term. All those promises were for that. And the people, remember, he had promised before and he failed in the other election. And he comes back with the same thing. And the people heeded to that. Something is wrong with us and with our senses. Now that man with the saltfish thing, with saltfish has to be complemented with something else for you to really enjoy it.
You know Slinger Francisco?
No.
Slinger Francisco is mighty sparrow. Him said nothing in the world to me like...
I know him as that, not the by his right name.
Him said nothing in the world to me like saltfish. Him said man kill man for it. Man die for it. Man sleep out in the rain for it. Saltfish. So I like that saltfish that Sparrow speaks of. Not the one that he was.
Colin.
Tell her! I love that.
Saltfish.
I love that saltfish. I am not crazy.
Saltfish, not that one.
I am not crazy for the one that he's talking about. But I do eat it with a little callaloo or a little ackee or a little cabbage, but not...
This is a good sense of humor, Colin.
Yeah,
It make me cracking up.
Thank you.
Really, the one that he's talking about is really sweeter than meat. All right, we're done with that.
Yes. When you want to eat, all saltfish sweet. Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So I want to ask the Prime Minister a question. He has added other people to the Senate.
Yes.
And of course, where's the money coming from to pay those people?
Well, that is what the head of the Civil Service Union is saying, that if you are talking about cutting the wage bill, you need to lead by example and to put a cabinet together with 30 odd people. That is not really leading by example.
No. So cut back on that, cut back on their 3%, and try and do something. If you want the people to accept what you are offering, sir, you have to set the example and do something. You can't want to have so much people in the Senate that you have had it, and then you all get 3% and your money is sure. There's no problem with you getting your money. Yet the people who are hard workers, who have to pay bills, they must accept what you're giving. That's not fair. And you all the time, this Prime Minister does not play by the rules. He does not. But he wants people to adhere to his rules. It can't work, Mr. Prime Minister. You first set the example, and others will follow. If we could remember the debate with ProBox, remember when certain questions were asked of her regarding the economy and the budget? She was not able to answer. She stood there as a fool because she knows within her mind that whatever they are proposing was not going to balance. And so that is why she could not have answered the questions. She come back to play. Now, all these promises and promises and promises, and they cannot be delivered. People, hold on fast. He has made the promises, make him deliver. Whether the money can buy saltfish, yes or no, you got bills to pay. You deserve it. They have been going on and getting all that they want, and everything that they're doing is benefiting themselves. And Andrew Holness look out for the rest of his parliamentarians. Look how they are revolving things in a circle, and everything is coming back to them. What about the hardworking people of the country? And again, some of the people, most of them must take blame because they knew this was not reachable. And they accept him voting for Jamaica. What is Jamaica giving to you now, people? Are you seeing what is happening? It's not even 3 months yet since the election has gone. And look what is facing Jamaica. It was well there all along. Look at that campaign that Andrew Holness carry on with. Look at all those promises. And I will never forget, Colin, what Malalu says. Malalu Kalu, what she says up there. Don't believe them. Don't believe those people. They are liars. Don't vote for them. People, remember all those things they say on stage? Do you remember?
Thank you, caller.
Boy, Colin, I don't know. How they miss it? How did they miss this one? I don't know.
Thank you very much. Mystical told us that the government voting back themselves. That is what happened. Auntie Dawn, go ahead. Turn off the instrument in the background, Auntie Dawn, and go ahead. Mystical told us that the government voting back themselves. If you realize it's 5,000 more people than voted for them than voted for them in 2020. So they vote back in themselves. But my concern is about the 60% that sit at home and didn't vote. And if you clear it up and said, listen, some of these people are not here and the voters list want clean up, then there's about 40%. Go ahead, Auntie Dawn.
Yes, I am coming from a different perspective now with all that is listening. I do a little research,
All right.
And we have some songs that I think is relevant to what is happening. Yes. I think about 3 of them right off the bat.
Talk to me.
Everything crash. Everything crash.
Hold on now. Stop. Because that is the Ethiopians. See them now. Everything crash. Walk on, Madam Man, it can't come good evening, boy. Yeah, man.
1968.
Yes.
Another one that come to mind is Things Are Come Up to Bump.
Things Are Come Up to Bump. Yes. Ralston mentioned that earlier.
1968.
Oh?
And they said 2 other did a upgrade a version in 1983. Okay. I make sure the years, and Sparrow, Capitalism Gone Mad. 1982.
Hold on a little bit. By the way, did Miss Bell apologize for the calling me a liar? Hold on. Are you did call about the saltfish? You say could I buy 11 times? And by the calculation, it only can buy 3 more pounds. It's not 11 more pounds it can buy. 3 more pounds. I did 2 calculations. One said can buy 7 more pounds and one 3 more pounds. So a rubbish attack. Continue, Auntie Dawn. My apologies.
Yeah. So I'm not only mentioning the name of those songs. I want the public to look at the years. 68, 68, and 83, and Sparrow Capitalism Gone Mad in 82. Who was governing the country, Jamaica, during those periods?
68 was under the Jamaica Labour Party. I think Bustamante was Prime Minister at that time.
No, I think the man. 68 a Shearer.
You Shearer. You last and Shearer. And then 80 what?
And then Things Are Come Up to Bump was the same year.
Right.
And then they said another set of artists, Tyan and somebody else, up did a thing there in a 83 of things that come up to bump.
83 was Eddie Siaga.
All right. And Sparrow, all those Sparrows not Jamaican. However, when him do Capitalism Gone Mad, it's 1982.
But I don't think Capitalism Gone Mad was for Jamaica, though.
No, but it is still relevant
but
to
it,
Jamaica.
yes, definitely relevant.
Plenty in Jamaica at that time.
Yes.
So, and we also have some little proverbs where we have to listen,
Somebody said, hold on, Auntie Dan. Somebody said in 1983, Ninja Man the free food ticket. And a free food ticket, the song name do. I think the song name now I go love it. I'm not sure of the name of the song at this point.
All right. And you see, me like when you come up, you start things like that, and then people start think again, because we can't forget we past either,
No, not at all.
To repeat it. We're sure to repeat it. We're not dwell upon it, but we have to repeat it at the back of it and draw feet sometimes.
And you know that I believe that Jamaica songwriters and singers are all prophet, because the man them do some song that relevant even to right now.
Yes. And we have to talk about it. Then we have some proverbs too where we have to look about,
Yes.
Like when we talk about, like when we listen to Ralston and nobody now listen to him, we are going so. And old time people always have a saying, like, when them say a suspect says somebody pregnant, and when them mother, then grandmother asks them and them deny it, and them always say, it's all right, I know not where go come.
I know not where go. It a come. We will see.
All right.
So that's why we like tell them it's like a pregnancy.
Yes, yeah. And we know the usual one, them rain a fall, dirty tough, belly full, hungry.
Well, Andrew did tell you before the election that theme belly full,
Yes. And we have a one, say, I know where you haul when me a pull.
Hallelujah. So, me never hear that one day yet, Tell her.
Yes, man. Yeah, and sometimes you hear people, you talk to the picnic them and then I hear you say, hey, I know where you haul when me a pull.
Yeah, man. So, somebody's also talking about Buju Banton, the one them say, I'm a living while I'm living to the Father, I will pray. Only him know how we get through every day. With all the hike in the price.
Yes.
What him say we have to pay? While our leaders play.
Yes.
Who can
don't worry, then you play,
Yeah, man, and him say who can afford to run will run. But what about those who can't? They will have to stay. Opportunities are scarce commodity. Hallelujah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So I just not talk today. So you take care.
Blessings, Auntie Dan. And you all know I like to quote that Bob Marley. Somebody say ambush in the night. We see them fighting for power, but they know not the hour. So they come bribing with their old bosses, because we don't forget the old bosses won't rob with $750 million off, We're waiting on the Auditor General. The school bus is a good initiative, but to no rob with $750 million using our school children. We want back that piece of money. That piece of cheese can't go so. It's $750 million they rob off of the school bus deal. But my callers, my viewers, my listeners, I want to thank everybody this morning. I want to thank Lambert Brown. I want to thank Ralston, and I want to thank all of you on TikTok who stay with me this morning. Love how you stay with me. I want to thank my people on YouTube. My supporters, me call me AC, because you are more than fans to me. You are AC. Me love you. Thank you for sticking and staying with me, because I know there are other choices, But every Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you all come on. And people are saying to me, Shaka, you need to do some more days. We don't know about that yet. We are think about it. Yeah? Because we now water down the thing we want when we come here. So information and flow, people are educated right here because what we speak is the truth. We now forgot about the drill. We now forgot about the one where in the parliament where hide the shares of the company for person A. And we don't know who person A is. That is illegal. You're breaking the law while being a lawmaker. But before I go, I want to play back the piece of news where the government is telling civil servant that them can't give them the money. Because when we talk, uno say we attack rubbish. So me want hear uno talk about why the government can't pay. Me no watch DP. But as a labor right blogger, if you're going to talk about, explain to us why the government can't pay, send me a message, I will come listen. Because I want the explanation. I want to learn some things. I have never learned, well, in terms of technology, DP teach me a whole heap of things. You understand? Most of the time when we come with new technology, I'm used to help me out. But in terms of politics, you never teach me nothing yet. So if you are going to get somebody on your show to explain about this money where they can't pay the people them, I will come listen. Because I don't know how to fight for labor rights, so I can't get none of the minister them on the show. I understand, no? How you know labor right bloggers and vloggers and defend labor rights, so I can't get no labor right minister on the show. You think PNP could have been a power? Every minister would have to come on this. Hello? Tell up. One more thing I want to address. Because I saw a blogger, say my blogger, and him blog for the PNP. And him out there ball say PNP never tell him thanks and him want pay. Let me tell you something. That's why we talk about truths. Because we not in this I expect pay from PNP or thanks from PNP. We expect when we speak the truth and the right government is in power, they will do right by the people. And that will be our pay. For the government to do right by the people. So if they're in opposition now, we expect them to defend the Constitution, defend the rights of the people of Jamaica. That's what we do this for. Not thanks from the Mark Golden or Dayton Campbell. So, I don't know, but everybody have them own.
Finance Minister Favour Williams met with the island's trade unions today to discuss headwinds facing the government in the ongoing wage negotiations with public sector employees. The high-level meeting, which was held at the Jamaica Conference Centre in downtown Kingston, was addressed by economist Dr. Adrian Stokes and Fiscal Commissioner Courtney Williams. More in this report from Hal Shane Burke.
The meeting comes on the heels of a controversial recommendation by the Independent Fiscal Commission for the government to consider reintroducing a ceiling on wages and salaries following its latest assessment of the Dr. Andrew Holness administration's fiscal performance. At the meeting, the finance minister and her technocrats sought to clarify the need to anchor public sector wage negotiations within a clear, timely framework to improve budget predictability and fiscal sustainability. The Fiscal Commissioner emphasized the importance of establishing a fixed compensation negotiation cycle, recommending that wage settlements be finalized at least 6 months before the annual budget call, ideally by end of January, to inform the government's budget planning. This cycle, he said, would allow unions to submit claims within 2 months of the compensation call, enabling negotiations to start by April 1 and conclude promptly. IFC highlighted that negotiations currently lag by at least 15 months, creating uncertainty about the wage bill, the largest single budget item. Minister Williams and the IFC stressed that timely settlements protect workers' purchasing power and help the government manage fiscal risks better. The minister argued that the lack of a fixed cycle poses a risk of delayed settlements, overlapping with budget submissions and complicating fiscal planning. At the meeting, the IFC raised the prospect of reintroducing a wage to GDP ratio as a fiscal anchor to maintain sustainable wage growth aligned with economic performance. Data submitted today showed that over the last decade, wages have grown by 180%, while GDP grew by only 97%, indicating wages have outpaced economic growth. The IFC recommended that the government and unions consider a strategic multi-year wage framework similar to Jamaica's debt reduction strategy, which met targets 2 years ahead of schedule. This approach aims to balance fair compensation with fiscal responsibility without setting a fixed percentage immediately. Hal Shane Burke, Radio Jamaica News.
And during today's meeting, the government indicated that it will not be able to offer more than the 2% submitted to the workers. The panelists agreed that public sector wage growth must be matched by efforts to grow the GDP, which currently expands around 1 to 2%, insufficient in keeping pace with wage increases. Dr. Stokes and Minister Williams emphasized that Jamaica must avoid external fiscal constraints like IMF-imposed limits by negotiating internally sustainable wage and fiscal policies. Minister Williams called for a credible wage strategy, balancing fair compensation with fiscal discipline, adding that this is essential to maintain fiscal space to fund social programs and infrastructure. She argued that inflation has declined significantly to a range of 4 to 6%, and the exchange rate remains stable with a depreciation rate around 2% annually, signaling macroeconomic stability. But despite macro strengths, it was revealed that the wage bill now consumes about 50%, that's 50 cents of every dollar, up from 37 cents in 2019, while tax revenue growth has slowed to 6.8% year over year amid weakening economic activity. Meanwhile, the University and Allied Workers Union, UAWU, declined the invitation to attend today's meeting with the finance minister. In an interview with Radio Jamaica News, UAWU President Lambert Brown accused the government of painting a false picture on the state of the economy during the run-up to the general election. He said the administration must now find the funds to pay the public sector employees a decent salary increase in the wage talks.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service should have started negotiation with the unions from last year, November, when the union submitted our claims. In March of this year, the minister said that there had been no cap on wages. Now, after the election has been run, we have been told that there must be restraint, and those who, when the workers were making the sacrifice in the country's interest and holding strain, they promised us that when the debt to GDP was reduced, that the workers would be treated fairly. The only set of people who have been treated well have been the politicians who gave themselves 300% salary increase. Now the workers, the firemen, the correctional officers, the police, the teachers, the civil service, all those workers in the public sector, now that those workers want an increase, they have been told to hold strain.
UAWU President Lambert Brown.
Final caller. Yeah, man, Wagwan.
Yeah, blessings, man. You know, the idea I was in Jamaica and I traveled from the airport, Norman Man International Airport. I went to St. Anne, and I should tell you that all that day rain fell and everything. The road going all the way from the airport was okay until you reach Harborview roundabout. And all the way into downtown Kingston, it was all pure bad roads. And water settled on the road, and like you have to take one side. It was really bad when it comes to the road. I don't know what they're saying when they say they're fixing the road and they're doing road. All of the road is bad all the way there. When you drive on Marcus Garvey Drive also, portions of Marcus Garvey Drive have ditches inside of it. Like you outfit, like.
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
So when you drive on the road, even Spanish Town Road and all them places, it's all bad roads, you know. Nowhere is safe. Like when it comes to
driving is like you have to meet an accident more than anything. You have to be swerving from one side to one side. I am for drive through St. Anne on the side where I think is Lisa Hanna controller side. I was going up to Bob Marley Foundation there, 9 Mile where Bob Marley is buried.
Yeah.
The road from Claremont go all the way up to Alderton and all these places and Prickly Pole and all these places, Virgin. The road is garbage out the man them leave the road. Even the bushes grow out in the road. Them don't even chop the bush. The road is so bad. That video I think, Virgin, evidence now.
Yeah.
And you notice after, when you reach Bob Marley Foundation now, and you go to the next side now, and go down, like you're going to Alva and all them places, go down to Alexandria.
On a Xavier main
Xavier
side.
main control. The Xavier main side is just recently patched and everything is nice on that side, bro.
Yeah, then
why is it that the government can be using the resources like this? If you're a tourist and you're going to the same destination, if you take the side from Brownstone, come up, they just fix the road so it's nice all the way through Alexandria, Alva, and all these places coming up to the branch off into 9 miles. But if you come from Claremont and you turn, as you turn at the clock of Claremont and come up the hill, Virgin.
Problem.
Here, bad road past Bumper Land and past Alderton come in, Virgin to Prickly Pole. The road them is so bad, like really bad.
Sabotage here. Sabotage.
What you say?
Sabotage.
Me know them, me know. Me go me see it, man. If it's say hold on them. Not even clean the bush, not even bushing them not too. The trees grow out on the road becomes so narrow. Man, I say, hold on there. I walk on and say, no road, no fixed Virgin, all the way to 9 Mile, Bob Marley Foundation there. But the next side of Xavier main control, that the road they fixed all the way down to Alexandria Virgin. What kind of arms out of one of the country, the resources?
That's how they're managing the taxpayers' resource. But thanks for the call, because we're running now, yeah?
Respect.
Blessings. Yes, my people. So that is it for this Saturday morning. Do remember to join us Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be live again. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Ethics, moral, government must have those. And if you breach the ethics and the morals of government policy, you must resign. Dr. Christofton, we have questions for you. And we expect that you will be tendering your resignation. The question we have asked, did you instruct the Ministry of Health to give contracts to your sweetheart? It's a question you need to answer. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again, remember, like, share, and subscribe to Portland Spice TV. One love, my people. Big up on yourself. Touch a plus over this up on Shaka Fame at TikTok. Big up on yourself. We'll join you soon. When you touch a notification, it means that once we are on, you are notified so you can join. One love, my people. Safe. Stay safe. Blessings.